son. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flaws, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up, really gon' rise to the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
If you don't like me, but you keep watching my shit, you're still a fan. I can't even begin to explain how many individuals I have on my social media right now talking shit about my message, about me, about how I look, about the individuals I surround myself with who don't follow me, don't like me, and don't actually want to see me succeed. But you still here, homie, so you still a fucking fan. And if you just took your focus off of me, off of my life, my accomplishments, my daily tasks, you would probably already be successful.
Three places that you can stay for absolutely free. 3 of them. You ain't got to play a doggone thing. Hear me. Understand that you can stay out my face for free. You can stay out my business for free. And you can stay out my way for free. Those things won't cost you a doggone thing. 3 places you can stay for absolutely free. Thank you.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
Good morning, YouTube. I am still feeling a little under the weather, but I'm feeling better than I did yesterday. I don't know if I'm having a severe allergy issue because I was sneezing a little bit or if I'm sick. I gotta say, I feel pretty terrible. I've never been sick in like years, but I don't think this is like sick, like, I'm got the flu sick. I think this is more like allergies, head cold, type of sickness. Yesterday, my throat was just a little sore. I thought it was from possibly the dry air or me snoring. It might be. This morning, I wake up. My throat's not as near as sore. I took my vitamins. My vitamins really help. I always take a multivitamin and 3 vitamin D. Well, I haven't been taking my multivitamin and 3 vitamin D here lately, but I started taking it again yesterday when I woke up feeling pretty crummy. So still not 100%. So as you guys can see, I do not have my camera on for the various reasons. And I'm pretty sure if you guys don't know why, you could just go back to yesterday's videos, take a look at me. I look like a hot mess. And I'd rather just have my emoji and say hi to you guys. You guys still think I'm doing great. I wanted a big shout out. Karen Davis is the first to say good morning this morning in the chat, followed by Sonia and Maddie Down. But I wanted to give a huge shout out to Sepsis Kills with us this morning. Every day that she's with us, it's a great day. So just a big shout out to Emma. We love you here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Just hope you're feeling better, and we just want you getting better really soon. Really soon. Really soon. We don't want you going back to the hospital no more. We want you better. So good morning all. I see Sharon and Rick and Rhonda, Peaches, Nani, Mary, Gigi for life, another Mary, Stacy, Grits, and Grace. Love it. Caroline, nice to see you in here this morning. Sonia, Kelly. How many other people we got in here? Oh, we got 264 people. So to the rest of you guys, good morning. I'm up. We've got a long day today. Guys, I want you guys to take notice. We've got several lives scheduled. We've got 3 scheduled today. There's been so much stuff coming out that I wanted to talk about and just haven't been able to. Like even yesterday, I wasn't going to go live. And then I was like, oh, well, I'm feeling a little better. Maybe I should set up a couple lives. So I monitored, everybody that we work with lives and make sure nobody was going on at that time. I didn't see anybody. So I went, but by the time was rolling around, I felt worse and worse. So I'm like, yeah, maybe I should just cancel those. But I want you guys to take note because I am moving the schedule around a little bit, and all the things that I set up yesterday, we are going to discuss. Notice that a couple of them have member only discussion and one of them has members only. There's a difference. So one of them is members only. The one that's members only that has no discussion behind members only, that is truly a members only live. You're not going to be able to see it and you're not going to be able to comment on it unless you are a member of the Bullhorn Betty channel. And that's coming up, I believe, tomorrow. You don't have to be there for the discussion. It's just, we have a lot of people that support this channel and really don't get much benefit. It's a discussion that I feel that we have enough members to have. And I just want to make sure that you guys get a benefit of something. So you guys are going to get me all to yourself. Let me see what date that is. Hold on a second. Sorry, guys. I'm just not with it today. So you guys are going to have to bear with me because I'm not feeling well. That's all there is to it. I'm just not feeling well. So our members only. Oh, I might have to go on the YouTube side. Hold on a second, guys. I'm sorry. My StreamYard doesn't tell me when they're coming on live. But my channel will. Let me go over to my channel. And if you guys go over to my channel and go over to my live section, you'll see all the ones that are upcoming. And so the one that is members only is, oh, holy hell. I don't even know. I thought I changed them this morning or last night too. So I got a members only discussion. It's one of the sisters, members only discussion. So I think it's the Twisted Siblings that we're going to be talking about that truly is members only, members only. So anyways, I apologize about that. I'll have to go through that and find out which one it is. But we have one that's totally members only. Let me go see if I can find it in my back studio. I bet you it'll tell me which one's on members. It is. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I wasn't feeling too hot yesterday, but I didn't want you guys being left without anything. So I threw you guys out some videos. Okay, here we are. Okay, the members only is the reason why it's not popping up is because it's in members only. That's why I'm not seeing it on my end. So you have to be a member to even see it, to sign up for it. And it's the deeper discussion. It's the deeper discussion of on Bryan Kohberger and what should happen if convicted. That is the one that we have members only. It's for members, truly for members only. And I'll have to see on my side which one that is. Let me go to StreamYard now. So if you guys would like to participate with that one, that is truly a members only live, and I'll tell you when it's going to be, when we're going to have it. Give me 2 shakes. And this is, I'm not sure why I'm not seeing it even on here. Truth or fiction. I can't see which one it is. I've got like 5 up here on here, and I don't know where that other one is. I may have to reset it up. I don't know. It's missing on my end. So either way. Anyways, let's get on with it. Spend enough time on that. Oh, guys, and I also wanted to bring your attention. We have, a lot of people that are lovely friends and everything like that, that follow channels and everything. And there's one that's, oh Lord, I think it's Ghost Writer or something like that. I can't remember what his name is. I'm sorry. I'm just going to call him Ghost. Okay. He's a fan of Dolly Vision. Oh, thank you, Caroline, for becoming the newest member of our coffee club, followed by Emma M. You guys will not be disappointed. We got some things coming up here. And I'm also going to be doing more, member only lives where it's truly for the members. People that aren't members are not even going to be able to see it or sign up for it. So it'll be that one. And it'll also be, I'm not sure, but we're going to be throwing at least one out a week that's just truly members only. You can't, and then there's a couple in here that are member only discussions. And that means the one that says member only discussions actually means that you don't have to be a member to watch, but you have to be a member to comment. So those will be coming up. We got 2 of those coming up, but we're just going to take a deeper dive into Bryan Kohberger. I think this is it. Let me just see which one this is. Let me edit. Let me see if this is it. Yeah, this is it. So it's the one that's taking a deeper dive into Bryan Kohberger and his family. So it's scheduled. It looks like the members only, truly for members is going to be tonight at 7 p.m. It's the deeper discussion on Bryan Kohberger. Again, it's for members. You can't see it, watch it, or comment without being a member. So if you guys would like to have that discussion, deeper discussion on Bryan Kohberger and his family, we will be doing that. So anyways. Good morning, Connie. I see you in the chat this morning. I hope you're doing well. I'm sure, this year is going to be a little rough for you. Ghost Devil, thank you, ALW. Thank you for that. So Ghost Devil, I am going to drop the link into the chat right now. If you guys would like to save that, go over there and watch that. It was a beautiful tribute to the victims of the Idaho4. It's on Dolly Vision's channel. I have to be honest, this is a trigger warning for all of you guys. Trigger warning. It made me cry. It made me cry, but it was very beautiful. And I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do. Again, I just dropped the link if you guys want to go over there and check that out. He premiered it right before the show, but again, it was still very, very, very beautiful. And if you guys want to watch it now, go over there and watch it and come back. If you guys want to wait until this live's over and go over there, I dropped the link in there. Please grab that link. You would like to, please grab that link and watch it. You guys have been supporting these kids since the beginning, and it was just very beautiful. So I hope Misty says I watched before coming here. I cried too. It was beautiful. Yes, it was very beautiful. So just a big shout out to Ghost Devil and the Dolly Vision channel for putting that out. It was very beautiful. What else? I think that's really all the stuff we have for the morning stuff. So I'm just perusing through your comments right now to see if you guys have any questions or anything. I'm just mostly seeing good mornings and, whoop whoop and some stuff like that. So BHB Ghost Devil, thank you. I wanted to make sure that we got his name right. So Ghost Devil is the one that created that video for Dolly Vision's channel. Dolly played it, and it was just beautiful. So I hope all you guys go over there. Please take that video and pass it around, share it, on your discussion groups, in your chats that you have with other people on crime channels and stuff like that. It was definitely beautiful, and we would definitely like people to share that. I've shared that. If you guys didn't grab the link on here in chat, I did make a post in the community tab with the link to that video, so you guys can get it there as well. Good morning, Pebbles. It's nice to see you. Wild Cherry, thank you. Everybody hit the like button. We have almost 500 people in the chat already, and we're just starting out the day. Sorry, I've been so sick. I am under the weather. And for those that don't know, I am home. I'm in bed, and I'm trying to nurse myself while I work, while we still get the stuff out. I can tell you, this whole bed thing is for the birds. I don't like being in bed. I don't like feeling like crap. And, I slept a little bit, probably a little bit too much yesterday. And so last night I couldn't sleep hardly a wink. It sucked. It really did. So I'm like ultra exhausted today. But, I still keep going over this entire Exhibit A and keep thoroughly reading it. Some people were talking about the page. I was able to look at that page that was inserted, and it looks like they had duplexing options on their scanning. That means it scans both front and back of the page to make sure nothing is missed. And the one inserted page that's in here actually has redacted backwards. Oh, thank you, Wild Cherry, for the beautiful super sticker. God bless you, honey. Yeah, big cup of coffee. I need a big cup of coffee. I'm drinking coffee now anyways. But, I'm reviewing all of this stuff, and, I'm trying to put it into a map. But also, while I was sick yesterday, it gives me an opportunity when I'm not doing as much researching because I feel horrible. I'm able to poke around and see what other people are talking about. And, Grizzly True Crime, I love her work. I think they're both pilots or something, but they're definitely associated with aviation, and they do a lot of stuff with the flight simulators and stuff like that. They're very, very creative in explaining and showing people what areas look like. And I just, it's pretty neat watching that. And one of the things that I learned, getting back to this whole affidavit, but anyways, there's redacted. You can see redacted printed on the inserted paper. So it appears, and there's redacted stamped on the very first page. So it was a bleed through. So you can tell that this inserted page is actually the back copy of page 1 that they just forgot to remove. So just for clarification, it doesn't appear that any pages have been removed. I don't think they could have removed any pages. They just redact it. That means every time you see it, and while we're talking, I wish I could turn the camera on, but maybe I can. Let me see if I can find it. There it is. And I know what page I'm looking at. So Yeah, let me just share my screen real quick, and then you guys can at least see what I'm talking about. I can at least do that. Okay. So just to show you guys what I'm talking about. So here's the first page, and you see redacted on it, and it's stamped right here. Well, if you go over to this blank page, you see that it's the bleed through, and it's spelled backwards, right? That is the just a scanned copy of that first page, because you can see the bleed through right here. So, and then this is what is like redacted. When you see these things where there's just blank spots in they're saying county medical examiner blank dated. So it's probably about, some type of report that they wanted to omit the name of the report, maybe for record request purposes, or I have no idea what the reason would. But the reason why it's redacted is because there's information removed from this statement, and you'll see it in these like white stuff. Usually when I'm used to redacted in court records, it's usually black. It's not whited out. It's actually, you get a black box over it and it shows it's redacted. Here they removed it. Either way, it's a redacted copy. But see, you see stuff here where it says a private party blank reported he provided a ride, so they're redacting people's private names so people don't reach out to them possibly, as they are witnesses. But I just wanted to show you what the redacted portions of this was. It wasn't that they removed pages. It's just that they removed information from the pages so we could not see it. That is the redacted portion of this particular affidavit. So I just wanted you guys to know the information so you guys would be well informed on it as we run this channel. I'm running from one screen. That's why you're seeing my screen as we go back, and I get my emoji back up. But I'm reading all of this stuff because I want to calendar it. I want to use it for oh, thank you, Sepsis, honey. You shouldn't be doing that. We're just happy to have you here, love. But thank you for the super sticker. That's so sweet. Love it. Love it. Love it. Thank you, love. Thank you. But a lot of this stuff in this affidavit, and many people up front asked us if this was a full affidavit. It is a full and truthful affidavit to probable cause. That means only the information to establish the reason for the arrest would be in the probable cause affidavit. This probable cause affidavit is very, very, very well put together, very well worded, and if true, paints a very disgusting picture of Bryan Kohberger. It does. It shows that this man was very calculated. Thank you, Wild Angel. Thank you for becoming the newest member of the coffee club. This Wild Angel. Oh, sorry, Wild. As you can tell, my brain is. This is Bryan Kohberger. I'm sorry, Wild Angel. I was about to make you a serial killer in just 2 seconds. Look at that. He became the newest member, and you almost became the serial killer. That's the power of the coffee club, folks. Oh my gosh, it hurts to freaking laugh. So anyways, I was going through this, and I'm still trying to figure out where everybody was on the floor. I think we have an idea where everybody was in the house. Okay. We knew as of that September body cam footage that there was nobody in that downstairs bedroom. We knew that. And somehow or another, we just kept believing that Dylan and Bethany were downstairs. That wasn't the case. Dylan was upstairs. And in all practicality, Dylan could have been murdered herself. She's a very lucky girl. She's very lucky to be alive. And I'm not going to keep beating on a dead horse. I think my words and everything are known how I feel about the whole 8-hour wait. Again, we don't know what was going on during those 8 hours. I'm curious about those. And I am going, at the end of the day, I'm sorry. I am who I am, and I analyze these cases. Somebody reached out to me I think it was yesterday or the day before. I don't know. I know I haven't been feeling well, so don't ask me. I really just don't know. I really don't. I don't know when it was. I think it was yesterday. And somebody reached out to me, and they're very nice. I was going back and forth with them. It was kind of a we opposed viewpoints on certain things, and it was primarily my photo. But there was another lady, I'll go over that one, but there was another lady that was talking about Dylan. She wrote me and she's like, I just really want people, she's a fan of this channel, and it's just hard because we're talking about Dylan and we don't know what Dylan went through and everything like that. Listen, I get it. I get it. And like I told her, this is the position I'm in. I have to analyze these cases exactly pretty much the same way every single time. I have to hold people that I have perceived to have done things wrong in the same manner in which I hold all of them. I do not play favoritism with people on here, with victims. I play no favoritism with victims, and I definitely don't play favoritism with witnesses and or assailants. And so that's the position I'm in, where, I need to maintain the exact same standard for every single case, no matter what. I'm a human. I have emotions and stuff like that. But when analyzing these cases, just like with Jagger, even though, everybody thought it was him, right? Everybody thought it was that poor boy. I never got into all of that, but they thought it was that poor boy. And they, everybody on here was like, we have to remember he is not a kid. He's an adult. He's 18 years old, blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what? If you say that for him, we have to say that for Dylan. We don't get to pick and choose who we apply the same standard to. If they come in the case, the same standard has to be applied. And that keeps me grounded, right? It keeps you guys knowing that no matter who it is, if somebody does something wrong or perceived to be wrong, I'm going to stand up for it and I'm going to say it. It's unfortunate that she is, 20 years old and she was put in this extraordinary situation. While we don't know what happened to her, I still have to apply the same standard. Okay? You guys don't have to. You guys don't get attacked every single day under the sun, right? You guys don't get cyber stalked or stalked on a daily basis. That's me. So I have to apply the same standard with everyone, okay? That means if it's a cute little blonde girl that's frozen from shock from seeing a serial killer, I still have to apply the same standard to her as I would somebody like Jagger, okay? Or somebody like Bryan Kohberger. I still have to apply the same standard. You guys don't. You guys are the heart of the Bullhorn Betty channel. But, at the end of the day, there's policies and procedures in place. How would you feel if you went to Walmart and had to return something, and they will only return something to people with blonde hair and blue eyes? You wouldn't like that too much. How about if you went to Walmart and you had to return something and they said, well, we only return things for people that are 65 years and older? You wouldn't like that very much. Walmart applies the same return standard to everybody, all their customers, all the people. That's what we have to do here. It's something similar to that. Maybe not the best analogy in the world, but I just want you guys to get it, okay? We have to ask the questions whether they're hurtful or not, okay? That's why we do what we do. There's a lot of people out there that watch these channels because they would never have the ability to do or ask those types of questions. People are nice people. They don't want to hurt anybody. They don't want to rock the boat. But, at the end of the day, it's, we have to be fair and apply the same standard across the board. And sometimes it upsets some of the audience members, but just know the same standard is being applied across the board, no matter what case, from one case to the next. Hi, Betty, new member of the Floss. The Floss has come aboard on this crazy place we call the Coffee Club. So I just wanted to clarify that. Do I feel bad for Dylan Mortensen? Oh my God, guys, come on. Of course I do. Everybody does. Who doesn't feel bad for that chick, right? But again, we've always had a problem from out the gate about the 911 call, about the unconscious person. and why it took 8 hours for a phone call to be made to law enforcement. And, we're finding out some of the details. They are shocking. Yes, Phoenix Rising, but one of the most shocking and most notable is the fact that they were stalked. They were stalked. Olivia, Kaylee's sister, just did an interview with the news. I don't think it was News Nation. I saw Steve Goncalves on News Nation. It was a different channel, and I can't remember which channel it was, but I did save the video. I just want to let you know, Olivia, her sister, is beautiful inside and out. She has been a very strong person in her parents' life. I mean, she is truly a very inspiring woman. She's a mom, she's pregnant, and she's dealing with the loss of one of her best friends. That is one thing that is so beautiful about the Goncalves family and the whole Maddie addition and stuff like that, is just like their family was their best friend. They had such a beautiful family network, such a strong, supportive family network. It is one of those family networks that I have not seen in a really long time. Something that America needs more of, in my opinion. But just the beauty of all the family coming together, that, they were truly, and that's what I love about this family. They were truly their best friends. And I'm sure that came with that, it's a house full of women, so I'm sure there's arguments. Okay? Let's be honest here, okay? I feel bad for Steve Goncalves. I'm sure he has some of the best times in his life with his family, but I have to imagine having a bunch of, oh my God, thank you, Miss Hellcat. Gifted 5 Bullhorn Betty memberships. Thank you, love. That is so sweet. It looks like Brandy got one. Karen Davis. The Chic Antique. No Chains No More. Lex Luthor. And Ellie. Excuse me. So welcome all. Nice to see you again. Thank you. I've been keeping the second side open so I can get those gift memberships. It's the only way I can do it. I have 2 screens open, literally, one on StreamYard and one on Back Studio. But it works. It works. I have to say it works. But thank you. God bless you for that. So, but she has been a very beautiful young lady. And it's amazing to me because she is going through all these emotions and in life, with her sister or with her pregnancy and her family and things of that nature. And then to have to deal with something so horrible and horrific. And then not only that, but she was fighting. Like, you can tell that this is a family that doesn't give up easily. Probably why they are very successful, why they have very successful children, is because they're very determined. They have tenacity. They have the balls. That family has the balls. And Olivia just is very inspirational to me because she has really, to me, in my opinion, from my personal preview of the network, the family network makeup, she was her parents' rock. She was right there. She was finding out information. She was finding evidence and turning it over to law enforcement. They all were. But Olivia was the one that found the twitch of her sister being at that grub truck. Olivia is the one that found the time when her and Maddie specifically got home. It was the work that she was doing, and she was doing it very well and very hard. She was a very inspirational girl. When I met, and Olivia is the one I met the most. And then there's still the younger sisters. I don't want to bring their names up, out of respect for the family. I know many of you guys already know their names, but for the purposes of this show, it's of no consequence. But she has younger sisters that truly looked up to Kaylee. Apparently, Kaylee, she was the one that kept everybody on their toes. She was the one that always wanted the memory. She was the one that always You know, and they talk about how she was ornery and she was a spitfire and things like that. I'm sorry, but that's kind of how you are when you're determined and you're going to make something of yourself. You know, you've got to have that grit, because life will throw you a bunch of curveballs, and if you don't have the thick skin to deal with it, or the ability to overcome it, you know, think outside the box. How do we overcome this hurdle? I mean, that was the beauty of what she did. You know, what she was capable of doing. They talked about how she has been determined and worked her butt off since she was a kid. When there were chores on the list, and she knew she could get money, she started doing her chores. She started doing all their chores just for the money. So, anyways, Olivia's working on that interview with the family. Hopefully it'll be out today, but if not, it should be out tomorrow. Sorry, it's been taking a long time, but it is over an hour of footage of an interview. And if Olivia needs the time, we give her the time because we know the product of that is going to be beautiful. So, is the audio real or fake? Melly Joe, we don't know. Okay, I'll tell you that right now. People have brought up the fact that the audio is fake. I truly don't believe it, because here's the issue. No matter what breaking news I come up with, somebody is going to try and say it's debunked. My problem is they're saying all this stuff is debunked, but they're not putting forth any type of receipts. And the receipts they are putting forth are shaky at best. So, for example, we have a clip going around that says, "Oh, this was somebody not even in the state that prepared this thing and posted it to show it." Well, then why didn't you produce the link, and why didn't you give us a screenshot of the post itself? Why is the screenshot of a post going around talking about the post is what's making its rounds around YouTube, but not the actual post itself? So I call BS. You know, there are some people that are in back channels that are saying that this is a legit video, that one of the people must have released it against law enforcement's request, that what they've heard in the court record and what has been making its rounds around YouTube is legit. We did get screenshots of that, them stating that. So, to be honest with you, Melly, I don't know. I don't know. I did not find it. Now, what I do know is I have the photo of the sister out there on the thing. One thing I have is the only thing that people are trying to just bunk that photo with is the fact that one or two articles say sisters were at the court hearing. However, not one photo of the sister of Amanda exists at that court hearing in Pennsylvania. Not one. I've reviewed every single photo that is out there that I can put my hands on. Every single video that has showed that walk into the court and anything related inside that courtroom. And the only thing I see is the parents and Melissa. I do not see Amanda in that courtroom. When we go back and look at the clips, the statements from Bryan Inton in Twitter, we find out that he refers to a single sister at the time this case is going on inside that courtroom. A single sister. His parents and his sister. Not sisters. Sister. Singular. So that's why they're trying to say, not because there's any proof that Amanda was there. There is none. There's only, I think, one or two articles out of every single article about his first appearance in Pennsylvania related to the not the indictment, the extradition. Sorry, I'm a little slow this morning. Bear with me. I'm sick. And I didn't see anything related to it. You know, we did see the one sister. She's very notable. She's much taller, very blonde. Mom and dad were there. Mom was in the black jacket. Dad was in the facial mask. And then we had Melissa at the court. Not one time was Amanda sitting with her family, if she was in that courtroom, that anybody could see or got photo of or got video of. And I just find it very difficult that all these media outlets only got photos of Melissa, mom, and dad, and somehow managed to miss Amanda every single time. That doesn't make sense to me. There was 1 million people out there at that court hearing from media. Why did we not see a photo of the daughter of Amanda? I'm sorry, I just don't see it. Now, for the, and I was talking to my mods in the chat, and it's like, my people on the ground are saying that photo is Amanda. It is. That's what they're saying. They're telling me that it was Amanda at that house, not an investigator, Amanda. So everything that's been presented to me about that photo from the opposition hasn't panned out. It could be equated to simply adding an S to the end of sister. And now everybody is trying to say that photo is not, but yet they have no corroboration that Amanda was even at that hearing. None. And I challenge anybody to prove me wrong, because you know what? I like to be factual here. And I've got people that I trust telling me that his sister was at that property recording. So, and I've got people that I don't trust telling me that it's a debunked photo. So that's where my position lies. So until those things can be proven, until we can get the actual photo of the neighbor saying, or the person saying, oh, listen to this. This is my, this is the audio of such and such to show you how that, where's that, you got a message going around talking about that, but no links to that, no photos of that, no corroboration to that statement whatsoever. None. So I'm asking for that. If people have that, send it over to me, and I'll make a public declaration on here that the information is truly incorrect. But so far, everything I have seen is not proving their case, and therefore that information will remain on the Bullhorn Betty channel until at such time it is proven incorrect. I trust the work that I do. Sometimes we make mistakes. Sometimes unintentional. I would never come here and lie to my audience ever in a million years. But when shit is released and and I look at it, cursory look at it. Now, granted, everything on here on the Bullhorn Betty channel is not deemed accurate, truthful, or factual. Okay, unless it's coming from law enforcement, unless I say here are the facts of the case, you are responsible for confirming the information that is put out here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. I am one person, okay? Most of these news outlets have 20 or 30 people under them doing research and a number of other things. I do not have that ability. So when we get things, we vet it the best we can. If it passes mustard, the cursory vet, it goes out. And you know what I do? I rely on all of my beautiful people in here. If something's wrong, they let me know. And they provide the information so I can say, okay, this is wrong. You telling me some hate channel said it's debunked, I'm going to laugh at you. Okay, let's be honest. I had somebody I had to block. I didn't block them. I removed their channel because they were being respectful. We just had opposing viewpoints. And but she was sending me her information, and she's like, I'm just trying to help. I want you to be factual. And I'm like, yeah, look, I get it. But here's the issue. You're bringing up this one channel that absolutely hates me and is putting out information and will always put out information that tries to say that they've debunked something. You're talking about people that have no freaking brains and have no possibility of even understanding the legal process or legalese, okay? I'm sorry. If you're going to be out here talking about cases, you should have some knowledge, excuse me, of investigating skills, some knowledge of, even life experience would be better than half of these people. These people are thugs, and they're talking about these cases like they know something. And it's like, I listen to them, and everything they say is wrong or parroted by somebody that knows what they're talking about. It's one or the other. I never look at other people's YouTubes regularly. Like yesterday was the first time that I've had an opportunity to even watch it. Look at who I watch. I watch Grizzly. Do you think I'm watching that crazy bee lady? The one that's, apparently everybody said was trafficking stuff? Like what? Like I'm going to listen to her to get my news or information about a case? You have got to be kidding me. She is a hate channel. I would believe that she would actually fabricate information to debunk it. I have no trust for that lady. None. None. So no, I'm not going to, bow down to the likes of the hate channel over legit information. Now, if there's something on my page that is factually incorrect, send me over the information. Don't send me a screenshot of somebody talking about how there's another screenshot or another thing showing that my stuff is debunked. No, send me the stuff that's showing me my shit is debunked. That's what I want. And I'm saying that with all due respect, because if something's on here that's wrong, I don't want it to be on my channel. But so far, I need it's Jennifer Smith, who's pregnant. Olivia, that's Kaylee's sister, or older sister. Jen says, if that audio is real, there's no way LE FBI would have let YouTubers get their listen, guys. The idea that the FBI and law enforcement, let's be honest. The gag order is for the detectives. It is for the prosecutor. It is for the defense from making statements to the public about this case to sway public opinion. That's it. No other person was attached to that gag order. So if that was Hunter's video and he wanted to release it, if there's no court order preventing him from releasing it, there is nothing unlawful or nothing that LE, FBI, or anybody else can do about it without a court order. What are they going to do? Go over there and arrest the guy? Seriously, what do you think they're going to do? Absolutely nothing. If he doesn't have a gag order on it, they can release whatever they want, whenever they want, however they want. And it sounds to me like it was leaking. This idea that people think that we live in, Germany, where we're going to have people knocking on our doors and arresting us because we stepped on the road the wrong way. That's not how it works kind of over here in America. There's law and order. How do you think things get leaked on YouTube all the time? People are very crafty when they're talking to these people. People like people. People trust people. And then you have leaked information out on the tube. It's very easy. We've been able to leak information. Olivia's been able to leak information. I mean, we get, people sometimes reach out to us just to leak information. Now, whoever's leaking it, has is straddled with, vetting the information, making sure it's legit. Some people take that seriously. Some people don't. Is it real? Is it not real? I don't know. I can tell you, I don't know who created it or how it was leaked. All I know is it wound up on my front door, and everybody is actually saying, oh, this couldn't happen. And they're trying to, people need to know the laws. Like even somebody sent me a message and said, it's against the law to have a security camera that spies on your neighbor. Well, it's about intent. If they put that up with the not intending to spy on the neighbor, I mean, let's be honest. 50 feet is not very, very far from one window to another window. Okay. And it looks like it's less than 50 feet if you ask me. But, for all the intents and purposes, we'll say 50 feet because that's what law enforcement has put in the public record. If you put something on your home, even such things as security cameras, they are attached to your private property, and you are allowed to do whatever you want with your private property. If you wanted to point that camera into the bedroom window of your next door neighbor, there is not a whole lot anybody can do about it except put up curtains. Okay? So any audio that's picked up, if it wasn't there, if they're not doing it specifically to spy on somebody, and sometimes they do think about it, how many times people don't like their neighbors. They put up cameras all the times to monitor what their neighbors are doing and what their neighbors are doing on their property. There is nothing wrong with that. So did they check her ID? I don't know whose ID we're talking about, but we got a Facebook user. Hope you start to feel better. City you love and hugs from the UK. Well, thank you, Facebook user. I'll see you whenever I get over on the Facebook as to who made that comment. But thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I'm sure I'm going to bounce back. I'm already feeling 100% better than I did yesterday. I was just surprised that have not been sick in literally years, and I wake up with almost like a head cold type symptoms yesterday, and I'm like, okay, I'm not sick. That thing where you're telling yourself there's no way I can be sick. I haven't been sick in years, right? There's no way I can't be sick. And then I wake up this morning, and of course it was kind of anyways, but I'm feeling better. I'm getting all the gunk out, and I'll feel better. Thanks for the love and support, though. I do appreciate it, guys. And seeing you guys sending me comments and everything. Yesterday, I just wanted to tell you guys thank you. It made my heart melt. You guys are so sweet. Guys, you guys are too sweet to Bullhorn Buddy. I have to be honest. So I'm going to go ahead and open up these phone lines. We have the affidavit here. So if you guys have some questions related to what's in the affidavit, we'll go over that as well. I want to stay. I'm still, I have to be honest with you. I'm still a little upset about not knowing about this 8 hours and why those people suffered. But I also saw Steve Goncalves on I think it was News Nation. He was speaking to them about this case. And, I think his sentiments is he is thankful that, Dylan survived and that she didn't get hurt in any way, that she is a witness to the case. I can't imagine being put in this unthinkable circumstance, but at the end of the day, me and Steve are much different people. And if that was my child, I think I would be angry. But knowing the calculatedness of the assailant, knowing that this guy was truly evil, that he was stalking, and there was no possibility. I mean, she was blissfully unaware of what this man was monitoring her, blissfully unaware about this man's intentions. And, hearing that she had a stalker and then finding out she truly did, it just sends chills up my spine. It really does. And to think that, law enforcement told us on multiple occasions that they've looked into the allegations of the stalking and have found nothing to indicate about this stalking. So it just really, really perturbs me a little bit, just say the least, So, all right, let me get over to the other side. Okay, hold on, guys. Let me get this up. Let me move my banners around a little bit. There it is, 941-405-3357. If you guys would like to call in, I've got the phone lines open for you. Again, I don't know how long we're going to go over all this, but I'm happy to answer. Oops, did I miss somebody? Oh, just a country girl. Thank you, love. Thank you so much. Caitlin, becoming the newest coffee club member. Caitlin says, makes me sick how fast he slaughtered them and literally no reason, but just because he wanted to know what it felt like and try to make the perfect murder. So effing disgusting. I have to agree. This guy is twisted. Is majorly twisted. Sorry, guys. Something just happened and it just put me in a lot of pain. Sorry, guys. But anyways, I don't even remember what we were talking about. Sorry, I just had many of you guys know I have back problems. I just had a sharp pain just shoot up and it just really distracted me. So I apologize about that. Either way, the phone lines are open, guys. We're just going through this, I went through this whole entire affidavit. I highlighted the placement of these people. I tried to highlight this. I'm actually working on a map. This is Betty.
Hey, Betty, it's Connie.
Hey, Connie, how are you doing, love?
I'm okay. Not really, but okay.
Right.
Are you going to go back to Idaho for any of this?
It's hard right now to state because it is so expensive. It's costing me as much to go here and stay here a week as it did almost not quite, but almost to stay a month in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty expensive.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And so I don't.
was just
It
curious if you
depends.
were
It
gonna
really
go back to
depends.
cover the cases.
Yeah.
And is it true, Leilani, her court case will not be on the 11th anymore?
It's not going to be on the 11th. I had to cancel my reservations, and then they said it was going to be 12/13, I believe it was, or something to that effect. So I changed my reservations to that time. But I have another commitment I'm obligated for in Texas, and so that was I had already made those plans long before this case was changed. So I may not even be able to be there for her first hearing because of my commitment for Texas.
Well, I don't understand what's taking them so long to take her to court because, you know, the evidence is clear and there.
Oh, are you kidding me, Connie? They haven't even taken Dolly grabbed a bullhorn and they haven't even processed him yet. Like, it's going to be next year before he goes to court for the stupid bullhorn. It's like, what's the point?
Right. Exactly. With Dolly, drop it and just let it be because it is what it is.
Yeah.
But with her, there's no reason why they can't.
Exactly.
A little faster. The evidence is all blatantly in front of their eyes.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But yeah, but I hope you get the feeling better. And I don't think you just have allergies, honey. This cold is.
I know. I'm trying to convince myself.
Well, while you were gone, it was so cold in the state of Florida.
Mm-hmm.
We were down to 9 degrees in Panama City.
Wow.
That is unheard of.
I know. It was crazy because Olivia and I we left Florida and it was like 34 degrees. We go to Seattle, Washington. We unboard the plane in 55-degree weather. And I'm like, this is insane. It was colder in Florida when we left than when we landed in Seattle, Washington, halfway across the country.
Right. 90% of my family is in the state of Washington.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, they were calling to make sure that, you know, our pipes didn't freeze here, which is unheard of.
Right. That's crazy. But, and people from Florida don't know how to save their pipes. Guys, when it goes below freezing, you want to drip out of your faucets. You want to make sure your faucets are dripping.
You want a light stream coming out your faucets.
There you go. Light stream.
Yeah.
You're gonna be spending hundreds of dollars.
Always undo your hose off the spigot.
Mm-hmm.
Because it will crack it.
Right.
But I'm okay. My boys have went back to California, and now I'm just left here to deal with it as I can.
Yeah. Well, I'm so sorry. All the stuff you've gone through this last year, it's got to be horrific.
I'm not sure which way I'm going to go. Of course, my boys want me to pack up right now and move to California.
That's going to be too hard.
I'm not ready.
Yeah, I can tell you, I went through this with my best friend, Connie, that give yourself some time. Just give yourself some time.
I told him, we have a nest egg and, thank goodness we do had the life insurance. So all that's taken care of.
Right.
And I'm okay here for about 5 to 7 years.
Well, there you go. Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't take that. Like, I will tell you, this is something, and it's going to be hard for you to hear this from me, but this is something that my best friend did. Like, she couldn't take it anymore. Like, her and Pop were together 40 some years. So, this is not and I'm sure you're with your husband for quite some time as well. And she said she had to pick his clothes. She had to box his clothes up within 2 weeks. She said she couldn't. No. She was getting so depressed looking at them that she just had to pack them up. So I don't know if that'll help you at all, but
no,
it helped her a little bit.
I picked up and put his slippers in the bedroom, in his dressing room.
Yeah.
I have picked up a few things, but I've not boxed anything.
Yeah, no, she waited 2 weeks and she just couldn't do it anymore.
Still has his dressing room, and even after he passed and I did the laundry, I still ironed his clothes.
Yeah.
Even though I knew he was never going to wear them again.
Right. That's what she was doing too, and that's why she said she just couldn't take it anymore. She said she knows he's not coming back. She's got to do this because she was a mess, and I can't imagine how you are. So I'm just so sorry.
The kids were really, really pressuring me to do it all. Mm-hmm. And I think that is what made it even worse for me not to do it. Since they were pushing me, you know, my thing was rebel. I'm a big rebeller.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. But slowly, like I said, things from the living room are getting picked up and put away.
Yeah.
They're not getting boxed, but they're getting put away. I just
she got a big
pack up to move to California.
Yeah.
We've lived in this house 20 years.
Yeah.
That's a lot to go through to pack up to move.
Yeah. I've been in this house 10 years, and I'm telling you, I hate my I have to be honest. I shouldn't say I hate my house. I don't hate my house. I love my house, but I hate the design of it. I hate the flow of it and everything like that. And even with all that and knowing I can get a nicer place, the move, I'm not with it.
I do not like to move. I hate to move. I can only imagine what I'm going to find in the bottom of these closets.
Mm-hmm.
And I know moving all the way across country, I'm not going to be taking all of this with me.
Yeah.
So it's going to mean, you know, like I said, we were together 22 years, well, almost 23. And you just can't wrap your life in that's gone on for 22, 23 years up in 2 weeks.
No,
I
can't.
Anyway. But I just wanted to touch base with you and tell you I am still in Florida.
Awesome. Well, I'm still, I figured you were. I didn't know what. I know you're going through a lot. I don't like, you know, because even with my best friend, it's still very, very sore for her. And
well, you know, the last 12 years I've had so much loss.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it made it any easier.
Right.
You know, I have 5 children urns in my cabinet.
Wow.
And now his. And of course I won't be going anywhere without all of them.
Right.
But I also don't want to disturb them by moving them.
Right.
Because they're comfortable here. This was the house that they were raised in.
Right.
Well, not all the whole time, but you know.
I get what you're saying.
And I just, like I said, until I feel it in my bones that I'm making the right choice, I don't have to make that choice.
Yeah, no, you don't. And it's just like I said, take your time, make sure the decision is the right decision. You may, you know, in a few weeks, months, you know, another year, you might be like, you know, I want to be around my family and make the decision. But just make sure it's with a clear head so you don't have any regrets.
The thing about me is I'm fine all by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go in public. I haven't gone in public in years.
Right.
I don't like the public. My friends are you guys on YouTube.
There you go. Yeah.
I don't trust people. So I can trust you guys because you're afar.
Right.
I don't trust nobody coming to my house every day.
Yeah.
I don't trust people. No. So many people call and wish you well and all of this. But you know what? Then you never hear from them again.
Yeah. That's the way my family is. It's like, even my aunt called me. My cousin passed away. He got in a bad car wreck. And she's like, well, we're going to have a funeral. And, you know, it's more like a family reunion. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of how our family is. We don't even go around each other unless there's something, somebody's getting born or somebody's dying. Sad.
Right. I went 23 years without ever going home to see my parents.
Wow. Yeah.
And my siblings.
Yeah. That's the way it is. I have a funny feeling that's the way it's going to be for my father, but I can walk to my father's house from here. And he, you know, he comes by here every now and again, but we just never seem to see each other.
Right. After my husband and I got married, he promised my dad that I would come home.
Mm-hmm.
And he did take me home.
Yeah.
And my dad and I got very close after that. So, and my father passed away in November.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know. But I'm going to get through it. And I know I can always call and reach out to you.
Yeah, call in. I'm on just about every single day except when I'm sick, and then I'm still on.
I may not chat every day, but I'm usually here.
Yeah. Well, Connie, you feel better, and God bless you.
You too, honey. And thank you for listening, and say hello to all them chats, and hit that doorbell, people.
Yep. Hit that bell.
Hit the doorbell.
There you go, Connie. All right. Love you, and God bless.
Love you, Miss Betty. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So that's one of our lovely people in here. So Hellcat says, do you think it's possible that Bryan's seen her and let her live knowing he could use her and blame her and say she contaminated it? It's possible. You know what I think? When I was looking at the whole interior of the house, you know, and looking at where, and I was, you know, I was on that virtual that virtual mock-up of the interior of their home, you know, where they show the walkthrough and what's in each room and things of that nature, which is really, really good, by the way. But the way that he was walking toward her from Xana and Ethan's area, it could have been possible he didn't even see her open that door because it was dark. You know, I'm sure it was dark in the house. I'm sure her lights were off in her room. She might have just opened the door a crack. So it's possible, but there are two possibilities here. It is possible that he just didn't see her because he was just exhausted and high and had the rush from the kill. He could have been experiencing that euphoric type state as he was walking and didn't even notice she was there. Because I truly believe now that the reason why Xana and Ethan were killed is because they heard whatever was going on upstairs and the assailant could hear them, and what people believe was Xana that said, somebody's in the house. So he may have had no choice because he thought she could have called the cops. And I think he went down there and did that. Now that's one possibility. Now, the other possibility is that he was so arrogant and pompous and thought he did everything so perfectly that he almost wanted a witness, that was even more, you know, of a cat and mouse game, so to speak, than just, you know, killing her. So there is two possibilities. Both would go with his personality. Both would go with the situation. So I really, Hellcat, don't know. I can say that it's both ways. It could be perceived both ways. One, he didn't see her at all, and she's just lucky to be alive. Or two, he intentionally left her for whatever reason. Maybe he didn't. I mean, he went over to that house several times, up to 12 times, law enforcement stated in the probable cause affidavit. If that was true, you would think that he would have been well aware that there were two other people in that house. And why he didn't kill them, I don't know. Maybe they just weren't the victims he wanted. Maybe they did nothing. Maybe they were more like him, and that's why he left them as opposed to the victims he chose. Seem to have had it all. You know, they had the, you know, the wealthier lifestyle. They had, you know, they didn't want for nothing. You know, it might have been that type of situation, whereas it appears that Bethany and Dylan didn't come from that type of background. You know, they didn't come from a background of money and you know, comfortability and stability and things of that nature. Maybe that is the reason why she's alive. I don't know. I really don't. I wish I did, but I don't. Caitlin says, remember when Melissa was there with you saying how you haven't been sick in years, and that you were trying to get sick because Melissa was sick for Christmas. And now look at you, got sick. Yes. Happy New Year to Bullhorn Betty. Haven't been sick in years, but after the new year, I think it's just getting it all out of the way for me. Guys, I'm just going to go over to a quick song, and I'll be right back with you guys. Just give me just a moment. I'm sorry, but I've got to take a break just for a quick second. So just bear with me. I'm going to put a song on. It's not going to play. It never plays quite fully through because I always come back before the first song ends. So just give me a minute, and I'll be right back with you. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a deeper dive into the evidence building up against Bryan Kohberger and what the implications mean. So just sit tight.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay, just let me be me.
All right, sorry about that. I had to find some tissue. My nose is, I'm a snot-nosed sicko. I'm a snot-nosed sicko. So, anyways, let's get back here. I'm going to get my affidavit here. So we hear that he made it to that house 12 times. And what was so sickening to me is I was watching the interview that Olivia did. And she's, she talks to her sister every single day, multiple times a day. That's the way the family is. Like I said, they're their own best friends, which is something we could use a lot more of in this country with the family unit and things of that nature. And long story short, but getting back to your statement, Caitlin, yes. But I'm not sick. Like I'm not like shivers. I don't have a fever. It's just all in my head, and that's why I thought maybe it might be allergies. I have seasonal allergies several times, and sometimes I start sneezing, and then it dries up in the back of my throat. It just is awful. So that's kind of really what it feels like. But I know there's been a lot of sicknesses going around, but my throat doesn't feel like I got strep. It was a little sore, like dry air or snoring yesterday morning. This morning, it's a lot better. But it's most of the stuff is in my like I feel gunky, like in my nose, it's, I can breathe fine, but you can feel like something's back there behind there. So that's kind of what I'm dealing with, and it's coming out. So I'm happy. I'm sure by tomorrow I'm going to be 100% because I'm already back so much from yesterday to today. So I don't know what it is. So yeah, I want to get sick, but I wanted to get sick. This is not really sick. This is more annoying than anything, but I'll get through it. But thank God we can knock on wood. I do not believe I have strep throat. I do not believe I have the flu, and I do not believe I have COVID. So that is the best news we can have so far. So if that's what we can have so far, we'll take it. We'll take it. So wait, I turned the phones back off. There we go. Sorry guys, I just turned the phones back on if you guys want to call in. That was good, a good special, both of them on CBS and News Nation. Bryan Enton is the correspondent hero. Yeah, and to think, you know what, Jenny Lou, it's so funny because I remember the first time I met Bryan, it was in front of Gabby Petito's house, and he was one of the, a newer news person. He really wasn't widely or well known at all. And it's cute seeing how, and just, I'm very proud of him, seeing how much he's grown. This is Betty.
Hey, Betty, this is Turkey Man.
Turkey Man, what is shaking, my friend?
Well, I talked to you time too on Twitter. I think we follow one another on Twitter.
Yeah.
I never had an opportunity to call in. I just want to tell you how much I appreciate what you do, and I enjoy listening to you when I can. And I just seen an opportunity there that I could call you and talk to you. And I thought I'd do that. I hope you get feeling better.
I do too. But it's so funny because I never get sick. I have to be honest with you. I'm more shocked than anything.
Well, I hope you get better, and if you ever need anything or there, just message me there on Twitter.
Thank you.
I am a pastor. I cut up and have a lot of fun, but I am a pastor. If you ever need that direction, just give me a call that way.
You got it. God bless you.
But anyhow, I didn't want to take an opportunity just to tell you that I do check on you there, and if I ever need somebody to come and defend me and get me out of jail, I'll be calling you.
Well, you know what I need from you? I just need a lot of prayers. Because I don't do everything 100%, but I tell you what, I am a God-fearing woman.
Well, you want me to pray with you now?
Absolutely. I always love a good prayer. Please.
All righty. Our gracious Heavenly Father, I ask that you feel for Sister in a special way, Lord. Put a hedge of protection around her and heal her in your name, Jesus. We ask, Lord, that you just be with her and give her strength, and let her know that you love her, and she can come to you at any time. And Lord, we just thank you so much for the opportunity to do this online with all of her followers, and let them know that you love them too. These things we ask in your name. Amen.
Amen. Well, thank you, Turkey Man. We appreciate it. God bless you, and thank you for calling me and giving me well wishes and prayer. I know I'm going to feel better by tomorrow now. I know.
Well, you know who you're talking to when you mention me on Twitter.
I appreciate it, Turkey Man. God bless you and have a great day. Happy Monday.
You too.
Bye-bye. Aw, that was sweet. I love that. That's what makes my heart melt. Hearing from you guys. Wild Angel says, hey, everybody out there, I need some advice. I'm related to crime. I'm thinking about adding a third fur baby to my family, but I have 2 older dogs. They're very protective, 1 male, 1 female. Well, you know what, to be honest with you, Wild Angel, just me personally, because I had a jerk for one of my dogs. He was a great dog. His name was Chance. He was my husband. My husband went out and bought him. He was a AKC, my ex-husband, I should say, AKC registered miniature pinscher, and he was the runt. And wouldn't you know, he became, like, when he grew up to be the tallest dog of the bunch. Who knew, right? For a miniature pinscher, he was a pretty large miniature pinscher, on the larger side. Cute as a button, but he just had an attitude. He didn't really like a whole lot of different personality dogs. And I remember when Max, my pit bull, is the only dog I had, he passed away, and Chance was just lost because Chance had been with Max since he was a puppy. You know, it was this big burly, meathead dog, and this little nothing, playing with this big old dog. It was just cute, and he was his best friend. And when he passed away, Chance got, kind of ornery and angry and, depressed. And I wasn't going to get another dog because, the heartache from losing my dog was, I stayed in bed 3 days crying. My dog was my best friend. And so I saw the depression in my dog, and I put my feelings aside, and we started shopping for other dogs. Wouldn't you know, we brought like 12 stinking dogs home, and not one of them did Chance like. I thought these dogs were going to kill Chance. I really did. These dogs were sweet until you get an ornery dog that wants to growl at you and nip at you like Chance was. Like Chance, I saw Chance's life flash before my eyes, and I'm like, okay, we can't do this. And then all of a sudden, Vince gets a call from his brother, and his brother's complaining about how another dog wound up on his doorsteps, and it was this little pit bull puppy, and he can't find the owner, and da 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 da. And Vince was like, ooh, I'll come out there and get it. We've been looking for a dog. We brought 12 dogs back, and Chance hasn't liked any of them. I'm thinking, Vince, if you pick up this dog from your brother, it's not like, where we can take the dog back. Your brother's going to tell us no. What are we going to do with this dog if Chance absolutely hates this dog? And so Vince ended up getting in the car and driving all the way to Arcadia to his brother's house and picking up this dog. And I remember he was like, I'm almost there. Oh my gosh, this pit bull puppy is so cute. You're just going to love this dog. That's what my ex-husband was saying, trying to convince me on his way home, because I was kind of like, I didn't really want this dog, but it's kind of hard to argue, right? So anyways, I waited by the window, and then Vince pulls up, and I see the cage in the back, and I'm like, okay, let me go check out this cute, adorable puppy that he is just gloating about, right? So I go to the back of the truck, and I open it up, and I'm like, so this cute pit bull, eh? Yeah, and she's so cute. I said, she's adorable. She's just not a pit bull. Like, what? I'm like, that's no pit bull. That is a Labrador. That's a Labrador mix right there. I know my dogs. Like, don't mess with me when it comes to dogs. I know my dogs. So sure enough, it was this cute little Labrador mix, black with a little, like almost like a little tuxedo, but not, just a little bit of white patch on the chest. Just adorable little puppy, sweet, just skin and stinking bones. This poor dog had no weight. She was happy, but if I tell you this dog was skin and bones, this dog was skin and bones. I felt absolutely horrible for this little puppy. And so anyways, I get her out of the cage, and the first thing her and Chance do is they just start running around and playing and chasing each other, and it was just beautiful. It was a beautiful sight. And so if you're going to get a third fur baby, my suggestion would be, one, make sure it's a puppy, because that's the one thing with my honorary dog. He could not handle another adult dog. The puppy, I think, was what did it. I think they just have a sense of whether a dog is older or younger. So it would be my suggestion, maybe getting a puppy as opposed to an adult dog if you have, concerned about your dogs. But that's just my experience. So I thought I would share that with you. Phone lines are still open, guys, if you'd like to call in. And so I'm just going to go back over some of the stuff that we're learning in the affidavit. We already know the positions of everybody in the house. Okay. We know the positions where they were inside the house. We were, there's been long before this affidavit, there had been some back and forth about whether Dylan or Bethany were on the second floor. This is Betty.
Hey, Betty.
Hey, bitchy.
How you doing?
I am doing well. How are you doing, love bug?
I'm doing pretty good. Been keeping up with Dolly.
Yeah. What did you think about that beautiful video he posted?
Very nice.
I thought it was very nice. I thought it made me cry.
He's got heart.
He's got heart. And again, Ghost Devil, thank you for putting that compilation together. That was really beautiful.
Right on.
What do you think about all this shit? Excuse my language, but what do you think about it?
Well, I still cry over my dog that died 6 or so years ago. So that part I can totally relate with. But you were just talking about losing your dog.
Yes, that was so hard for me. It was the hardest thing I ever had to deal with.
I think a lot of us to that, because we all love animals and they're part of our family, and when they pass, it's just like a person or somebody that we love passing.
Sometimes it's worse because we love our dogs more than we love the people in our family. No. Mom, I'm just joking. Calm down, Mom. Calm down. Don't spit your coffee out.
I definitely trust my dog more than my...
That's it. And you know what the best part about a dog is? And a cat, for that matter. You can tell them all your secrets, and you never have to worry about them telling anybody else.
Yeah, and they don't judge you for it, man. They're like, yeah, it's all good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, they'll come up and lick you and say, get on with it.
You like me, sugar.
That's so funny.
I don't know. Do killers have animals? I don't know. Never really. I mean, I know that.
That's an interesting question, bitchy. I don't think I ever thought to ask that. That would be very interesting to find out.
It just came to me just now. I was just wondering. I wonder if they can relate to having animals. I'm sure some can. There's so many different varieties out there of good and bad people. I suppose some have animals.
Some people believe that, I'm not sure what I believe, but some people believe that Bryan actually put the dog into that bedroom before he killed them. And they believe that he wouldn't have hurt an animal because he was so ultra vegan. But I'm thinking about that dog that was skinned. I
don't know about that.
Yeah.
That if you're going to kill people, it just doesn't seem. That's a weird one, right? Yeah. I think he just locked the dog up just so that the dog wouldn't bite him or attack him.
Yeah. But would it be common for Kaylee? That's a question I have is, would it be common for Kaylee when she did go and stay the night over there for her to put the dog, say, in her room and her and Maddie kind of hang out in Maddie's room? I mean, is that common? Maybe they did that as they were getting ready to go to bed so the dog didn't get in bed with them.
I would assume she slept with her dog, just like most of us would.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't see her locking the dog up to go to bed. That just doesn't make any sense. We sleep with our dogs. They sleep on our bed. They sleep, with us, whatever. So I don't know. Maybe, Kaylee heard something. Maybe she was in the restroom. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. I wish I did. But glad I don't. But what a crazy turn of events in the situation. I'm so glad they caught that douche.
Me too. And it's kind of crazy because it makes me wonder, what he did back in Pennsylvania or even the surrounding areas. We saw the route he was willing to take after this one. I mean, he took a very long route home.
So it's curious to me. I wonder if if he wasn't alone, if he had to drop somebody off, or if he did drop off the knife. reserve.
Yeah, I don't think I think he did act alone, because think about all the serial killers out there. You know, none of them really had an accomplice.
Well, it just made me think, why would he drive all the way the heck down there and around? You know, I mean,
Because he was smarter than everybody
he
else.
He was on other video cameras already, though. He already knew that he was being spotted wherever he was driving. So
I think his arrogance, though. I mean, think about it. It seems to me that his arrogance is what really got to him, because I think even though he knew that these cameras existed, because he studied all of this, he studies criminal behavior, he studies the crime itself, he studies all these things. That's the whole purpose of criminology. And he's becoming he's taken his doctoral education to get his doctoral degree in criminology. So all these things he would have been well aware of, the cameras and stuff. I think his arrogance was so much so that he didn't think that he would ever even be considered. So even if they did see his car at these places, they wouldn't even equate him to the case.
Right. Well, he was wrong.
He was wrong. He wasn't smart. He wasn't smarter than the FBI. He wasn't smarter than the Idaho State Police, and he wasn't smarter than Moscow Police. So, that's got to be very damning and damaging to his ego, which, I think that is almost more of a punishment than anything. He's sitting in that courtroom and his face is like, oh shit.
Right. Even in the car, his face was like, his eyes are big as freaking dinner plates.
He had to have known, even if his dad didn't know what was going on, he had to have known that those stops were odd. You get stopped and then you get stopped again.
Right. Oh, I would, if they pulled me over twice and didn't give me a ticket, I'd be like, okay, what's going on?
Right. But you know what? For me, I might have equated it. Oh, this must be Indiana. Because, Georgia, if you're like me and you have to travel through Georgia, don't do any more than 3 miles over the speed limit. They will pull your ass over. But you don't get that experience unless you're driving through there all the time.
Right. New York, we have New York plates, and if we go down in PA, because I live close to the PA border, you have a more likely chance of getting pulled over if you're speeding or whatever with a New York plate.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same,
They don't like New Yorkers, huh?
Well, I don't get pulled over nearly as much as I used to in my younger days, knock on wood. My foot has totally lightened up. but I still drive, I still drive a Mustang convertible, and I like to, race around a little bit. But it's been a while since I got a ticket, so I'd better knock on wood for that.
Yeah. And I also think the path of travel, think about this. Don't you think the path of travel would also be something that they would present as evidence against him? Like, why would you go all this way around when you could have went there? What was the reason? Right.
And there could only, be a few, maybe that's where he got rid of the knife, We don't know yet. We don't know.
I do believe, because they said that he went out from, I can't remember, the next day, I think it was the 14th, from...
Yep.
His phone went off, but he was in an area like almost a desolate, secluded, rural, foresty type of area. And he was there for I think 3 hours or something. And it makes you wonder, that would be where I would have been focusing all my efforts, because I believe wherever he went or the area he went, that's where that murder weapon is.
Yeah.
Because he would have taken that far, far away from him. And far away from that scene, and that is the furthest place that it appears that he went in those first 2 days.
Something like that could be anywhere. It's like a needle in a haystack type thing. What sucks about it is he might have hit it somewhere where, even if it is in a state park, people go camping or whatever, somebody could find it or whatever.
Yeah. I think he would have been a little more strategic with it. I don't think he would have. I believe he had this thing planned out to the T. I think that he did not plan for certain factors to happen. And I think Santa and Ethan were those factors.
Yeah. I don't think his plan went as well as he thought it was going to go.
Right. But he did it in a record time. And that just goes to prove to everybody in here, like in a split second, before you can even dial 911, your life can forever change. That's why it's so important to make sure that you guys can protect yourself. We rely on law enforcement, but it still takes time for law enforcement to get there. And some people just don't have that time.
it take even if it's as quick as 3 minutes, it's still 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Whatever.
It's still shorter than it take on average. I think it takes 6 to 7 minutes on average for law enforcement, and this is in my area, to arrive at a location in case of an emergency. That's
Right.
You think about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like literally, you count 6 minutes.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying, and even in an accident situation,
Absolutely.
you call 911 and hopefully, they're there in time.
Right.
No matter what situation is, yeah.
But it still takes time. Even when we were out there in law enforcement and that dude was, coming around and harassing all the media, like everybody thought that guy was after just me. He wasn't. He was harassing, Fox News, News Nation. Like it was getting a little scary. But I can honestly tell you that after my last conversation with law enforcement, I did not see that dude at all on the streets the next day. Like you saw him everywhere. Every time we saw, because he had the truck with the big flags. Every time we saw him, we're like, okay, we missed him. We missed him. But then after that incident at night, and I lost my shit. Like I did. I'm like, how much? I mean, we're covering a quadruple homicide out here, and you got a man acting like a freaking maniac. This is not good. And I said, at this point, I'm in fear of my life. At what point does his rights trump mine? I'm literally fearful for my life. Mom, you're gonna have to call back in just a second.
Sorry, Mom. I'll give it up in a second.
Yeah. Mom can call back. If nothing more, I'll call her and put her on speakerphone. So.
Right.
But I'm just glad that he stopped going around and harassing people. But it was starting to get dangerous, and you know what? He was starting to get more and more brave and more violent, and that was going to get somebody hurt. Him or somebody else.
Right. Him or somebody else.
Absolutely, because I'm telling you, if he would have gotten out of the car, I don't. He might be a big boy, but nothing more embarrassing than screwing with a girl that's in fear for her life and that knows how to defend herself.
You have to take it down a peg. I know you could.
It's I don't like doing that. I try to stay away from any kind of confrontation, but I do have a problem with somebody making me fear.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. And being, not just being women, but just being a person in general, you don't know what to expect from other people sometimes,
Well, and not only that, but then he's like, well, he has mental problems, and I'm like, that's making this argument even better. So we know he has mental problems. He's coming around here harassing unsuspecting and unknown people for doing what? Covering a case. I'm like, I should be able to do my job without being harassed. That's what I told the officer.
Yeah, there's no reason for him to be out there.
Yeah, no.
I mean, everybody's allowed where they're allowed to be, but you're not allowed to harass people and, talk crap.
Let me ask you something, bitchy. Let me ask you something. So we know that law enforcement came out early on in this case, once the autopsy was done. And I believe the autopsy was being performed around the 17th or 18th, somewhere around in that area for these victims. And we were told by, the coroner as well as law enforcement that they believed that they died between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. in the morning. And we're hearing that law enforcement knew early on in this case that Xana received a grub, what is it? Not grub.
DoorDash.
Yeah, Doordash. Thank you. Doordash meal at approximately 4 a.m. And she was on her TikTok app that they found out until 4:12 a.m. What are you upset? Are you upset that they were deceptive in what they were telling the public?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes and no. Yes and no, because they were, trying to. They already had a lead on who they might have thought this was already, because they were putting it together from the beginning without telling us what they already had.
Yeah, that is true.
Without, it's a tough one. So they did the right thing, but they also did the wrong thing by misleading everybody and getting everybody speculating on this, that, and the other thing.
I agree.
But
I agree.
That's their game now. They crowdsource through us.
Yeah.
They'll throw some shit out there so to see what the population.
Yeah.
is
Shake
about,
the tree, see what nuts
about
fall
what
out.
I totally agree with that. And then they'll say, okay, so 10 people just said this. Let's check this avenue. Let's check this avenue, because crowdsourcing is a big thing, I think, these days on YouTube or whatnot. When you all are talking about it, they're watching.
Yeah.
What people are saying about what you're saying. And I think that they go by what we think, because, a majority rules. A lot of times we're not too far off on what the real deal is. You know what I mean? Even in our speculation, one or 20 or 100 of us have already guessed what has happened. We just don't know the actual facts. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. This is the only thing I'm upset about with law enforcement. I'm not really upset about that they were deceptive in the time. Like, I mean, hindsight's 2020. We see what kind of person we were dealing with and why it was so important for them to keep him off his game.
But other people were in danger for those
Yes, and that is what I was going to say, is that we were told.
They did him and probably put a tracker or whatever on his car and all that, he was still out in the loose for a while.
He was out in the loose, and he was a deranged psychopath. Let's be honest. We were told that this is the only thing that upsets me about law enforcement. We were told that there was no immediate danger to the community, that this was a targeted attack, and that this was personal.
Steve came out and said, yeah, there is. He's like, Steve Goncalves said, people need to know there's somebody out here. Girls
Absolutely.
Remember that?
Yes, I do.
Because they already knew. I think because they already knew.
I think Steve had about as much information as we did. From my conversations with him, it sounded like law enforcement was really keeping this case close to the chest. They wanted literally 0 leaks of who they were monitoring, and they successfully were able to do that.
Right. Well, I mean, it worked, right?
It did work.
I guess they got their guy, and I guess that's what counts.
And Chief Fry came out and said he challenges he understands that the public is in need of information, but he also challenges law enforcement to be, to hold things close to the chest, to protect the integrity of the investigation, that the formula does work. However, I have to say that, yes, maybe that formula does work for the assailant, but the contact and notification to the family has got to be quicker. Law enforcement has got to update their protocols, because with this new age of social media, families are finding out their loved ones are dying through social media because the protocols of law enforcement take hours for notification.
Yeah, and we find out things
so much quicker, lightning speed.
Yeah, it is, and I mean, they can't keep up with us all. Law enforcement just can't keep up with us all. But as long as they're working on the important things, I guess that's what matters, right? Catching people like Luani and fucking sorry for the F word.
That's okay.
$5. Shoot, Luani and the guy. I mean, I'd rather them be quiet and actually doing the job that they need to do than bumbling around like a bunch of buffoon police officers, kind of like happened with Kylie, Rodney. They were all like bumbling around like a bunch of idiots with letting that Samantha run the whole shit for a while. What the hell was that? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's still a case. I'm not so sure, about the end result. And I know what your feelings are on it, but it just seems still a little hokey. The whole thing is still a little hokey.
I agree.
But
all right, Bitchy, I gotta let you go. We've been on the phone for about 20 minutes.
I got to get going anyway. So you have a great day.
You
your
too.
mods and your chat. We have a great time. I missed you while you were gone.
Oh, I missed everybody as well.
But it's not the same as the morning live thing. But yeah. So you keep well, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, love. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
All right. Peace.
So, Mom, if you want to call back in. I won't answer anybody's call but yours if you call back in. And Jenny Lou says, I figured it was fake. Also figured she wasn't aware it was fake. It's crazy what people are spreading about BHB, though. People have been spreading crap about me for literally since the day I debuted on YouTube. It's one of those things that I don't think you guys should be concerned about or worried about. I definitely am not. They're going to keep talking. I am their content. I'm what makes them puts money in their pocket. Hello, Mama Bullhorn.
Hi, sweetie. You're taking vitamin D. Are you taking vitamin C?
I'm taking a multi, which has the vitamin C, but I'm taking 3 vitamin D. I feel better today. I'm just
Add a non-steroidal. Add a non-steroidal. You know, like a Aleve or Advil.
I got him here, but my body hasn't really been aching. I just got a horrible back cramp that happened just a little bit ago, where it was just it felt like a stabbing, but I got through it. I mean that was the first in days, so.
I couldn't walk this morning because of my knee.
Oh, it's the weather.
I felt so decrepit this morning trying to get the coffee pot. Oh my goodness! I had to put some what is it called? The analgesic cream on my knee. Oh my God, it hurt so bad. But anyway, I was calling to let everyone know you are a doggy mama.
Yeah.
You know, from the get-go, your first house, you were raised a cat kid because your mother is a cat person.
Yeah.
And starting back with Jasper and then Boo Boo.
Yep.
And
Scooby. No, Scooby came first. It was Jasper, then Scooby, then Boo Boo.
Yes. And
I guess Boo Boo and Scooby were together.
Yes. They were from the same litter. And then from Boo Boo came Xena, Yogi, and 9 other puppies.
Yeah.
And we
21 puppies in less than 2 years. I was ready to hit my head against a hard surface.
I'll tell you, I'm sure everybody's heard the story where you called me. Oh, she's having the puppies. I need you to come now. She's in my closet.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
We had to get her out of the closet.
No, she wouldn't come out of the closet. Remember, I went up to McDonald's and got her some Egg McMuffins and fed her while she was in labor. Yeah. I gave her some water and fed her Egg McMuffins.
But I helped her birth all of them.
No, we got 9, Ma. We got 9. And Christina came over. And she's like, how many did you say there were? I'm like, 9. She's like, Andrew, I'm counting 11. Oh, shit.
Yeah. And I remember wiping the noses with a washcloth as they came out. And I got Yogi Bear for my 50th birthday present. I'm telling my age. I helped him come into this world, and I held him when he went out of this world in May. That was the hardest. It was like I had lost a child.
Yeah.
It was, I still grieve. I miss him so much. He always came out to greet me when the garage door came up.
Mm-hmm.
When I came home from work every day since birth. And I miss that. I miss it so much. It's a part of your life. You'll never give up. And the same thing with Yao Yao. Yao Yao was my guardian angel, my soul mate. I taught him to talk.
Yeah.
Hey, I taught your sister Taylor's cat, Opie, to say, Mom. It took me 2 weeks.
Yeah, you were up there, and she was sick with COVID. I guess you had to help something, so you might as well help the cat.
So he actually said, Mom.
Oh, that's cute.
But back to the case. I honestly think whoever wrote it in that he let Dylan survive is I think that was part of his plan.
Might have been. It might have been.
He's that's the criminal mind. It was like, I think it was it was the killer in California. I forget what they nicknamed him, but he attacked couples in California. He plotted. I mean, he would stalk them and plot couples, and he came in through like sliding doors or whatever, and he would sit and let one of the partners watch him murder the other one.
Yeah. That's why I believe he pulled his mask down when he was killing the girls on the 3rd floor. I really believe he wanted them to know who did it. I don't know why, but I've always, since I found out who he was and realized, you know, what we were dealing with, the first thing out of my mouth is they saw his face when he was killing him. I don't know why I think that. It's hard to think that it's hard to think that this would happen anyways, but now that we know who he is, it's just I can't shake it.
Exactly. That's the Ted Bundy style.
Yeah.
It was like catch a killer. It was like ha 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 ha, try to catch me.
Yeah.
You know, catch me if you can kind of mentality. That was Ted Bundy.
Yeah, but I believe this was a power thing, and I just the power portion of it, you know, him needing them to know he was the one is the mentality I'm getting from this creep.
Well, you know, Ted Bundy maintained a normal family life with his partner and her daughter all the way through all of this. They were the ones caught off guard. They had no idea, absolutely no idea what he was up to. And I think that was part of Kohberger. I mean, you got to think, he was in school for 8 years. Higher education, at least, if he was working on his PhD, at least 8 years, 6 to 8 years, and he has studied every one of those cases.
Yeah, he went to school to become a professional serial killer. That's what he went to school for. Let's say what it is. He went to school to be a professional serial killer.
And I do believe they have so much on him because he was so sloppy, because he was careless. He got careless. I mean, come on. He drove around the damn house 4 times with his phone on.
I know, that was so stupid.
So, I don't want to, as far as the audio, whether it's real or not, it surely sounds real to me. And I don't know, maybe the neighbors released it. I have no idea how it got out there, but and also as far as that being his sister, I completely agree it was his sister because the law enforcement had released the scene. It was defense that closed it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was trying to tell everybody. Everybody's like, oh, you know, I'm set back because she was there. And I just think the reason why I have a problem with her being there and recording is because we know that these assailants like to see their work after the fact. They like to revisit it. And now she will forever memorialize this event for him. That's the problem I have. But as far as her being there, everybody's like, oh, it'll be illegal and this, that, and the other. But when I previewed the picture, it looks like they had people from both sides there.
I've got more reasons than that. Having her currently being in the film industry.
Well, that was years ago. She hasn't been in film since.
She's securing the family's future, even if it takes 10 years. She's going to document as much as she can document to sell.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. And I think I do agree with whoever posted it this morning. It's a conflict of interest for the attorney to let her videotape everything on her own personal camera. That is so wrong because she's securing her future.
And I went back and looked at everything. Everybody's trying to say that the photo is debunked because she was at court in Pennsylvania. I've never seen Outside of 2 articles making sisters plural, every other article says a singular sister, and there are no photos showing Amanda in that courtroom, only Melissa and her parents.
I didn't see either one of them. I didn't see it. They didn't show the parents.
Yeah, they did. They got the father coming out of their vehicle with a mask over his face. Mom was already out. She was in a black, like, puffy jacket with a hoodie on, and sister was the taller blonde with the mask covering her face.
Oh, okay. I saw the dad.
Yeah.
But I must have got the clip of the later, another outlet.
Right.
Clip. But
I even went on, because I have an account with Associated Press Archives, and I even went on there to look for any photos of, Amanda being present at that courtroom, and I couldn't find any.
Well, all you got to do is put their photos side by side, and you can see.
I did do that, and they were still trying to debunk the photo.
Oh, well. Reach out to Bryan. He'll confirm it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just wanted to say I love you, and I'll make you some chicken dumpling soup if you want some.
Yeah, I don't want to drive. I don't feel like driving. I don't want to contaminate your house.
Well, okay, and I know the lieutenant won't let me take it.
Yeah. Well, I ordered a chicken. I ordered groceries from Publix yesterday, and one of them is a rotisserie chicken. So I'm just going to eat on that, and then I'll cook that down and make me some soup.
All right, baby. I love you.
I love you too, Mom.
Keep doing the great work you're doing.
I appreciate it. I will.
I love everyone out there, inclling the mods. I love you.
Aw, you're so sweet. All right, Mom. I love you. Take care. God bless. Bye. Mama Bullhorn in the house. Love hearing from her. Always love hearing her perspective. Somebody's saying that wherever Jack in the Box doesn't open until 4 something, and how could she get a delivery at 4? Places in different areas open at different times. I don't know those answers, but we do know that she did have a delivery. We do know the delivery was successfully delivered. We do know that she was on her TikTok app until 4:12. This is what the evidence is telling us. This is what the facts are telling us. Everything else is just speculation, conjecture, opinion, theory, right? But the facts of the case are what is in the affidavit. And what we're hearing in the affidavit is that she had a food delivery at 4 a.m. Okay, so we're not going to dispute facts. We're not going to go in here and dispute facts. This is what their facts are. This is what they're alleging to the court. I don't think that they're willing, that the prosecution or the investigators are willing to lie on an affidavit. So this idea that we're going to split hairs as to whether something, a restaurant was open or not, clearly she got a delivery around 4 a.m. That day. Was it delivered exactly at 4 a.m.? I don't know. They say approximately 4 a.m. So, let me make sure that's correct. Hold on, let me get to that part. Let's read it verbatim right into the record. Here, let's just read it. So here's what it says. It says, DM, this is directly from the record. This is on page 4 of a statement from Brett Payne, the lead investigator on this case, Brett Payne. This is what he has alleged. DM stated she originally went to sleep in her bedroom on the southeast side of the 2nd floor. DM stated she awoke at approximately 4 a.m. By what she stated, it sounded like Goncalves was playing with her dog in the upstairs bedroom, which was located on the 3rd floor. A short time later, where is it? Did I miss it? This appears. Hold on a second. I'll just read this. We'll just keep reading until we get to the point. And it said a short time later, DM heard what she thought was Goncalves saying something to the effect, "There's somebody here." A review of the records obtained from the forensic download of Kernodle's phone shows that Kernodle was on her cell phone at 4:12 p.m. Where does it talk about the... I'm trying to find the spot where that talks about when her food was delivered. I think it was on the first page. Hold on just a second. Let me find it. I want to read it verbatim so we know exactly what the facts are. Okay, this is what it says. It says, here's the section. I didn't highlight it. I should have. I don't know why I didn't, but I must have accidentally cursed over it. Anyways, it says DM and BF both made statements during their interviews that indicated the occupants on King Road residence were at home by 2 a.m. and asleep or at least in their room by 4 a.m. with the exception of Kernodle, who received a Doordash order at the residence at approximately 4 a.m. Law enforcement identified the Doordash delivery driver who reported this information. If anybody knows anything about Doordash, they have a good system so they can actually see when the order was made, how long it took the order, where the driver was when the order was made, where the driver was, what time the driver picked up the order, and what time the driver delivered the order from the Doordash delivery app. Hi, hi, Bio Girl. It's nice to see you in here. SCIM Team Summer as well. C12, nice to see you. Jenny Lou, love one another. I love that. Oh my God, could you imagine if this was taking place when the driver delivered the food? I couldn't imagine walking up on something like that. That would be crazy, and that driver might most likely lose his life as well. This guy is an insane person. That's why I kind of believe, I was looking and re-looking at the video of the inside, the mock video of the inside of the house, and I keep looking, and there's just something in me, and I know people believe, and I even put up, on my theory that, it's possible that he saw her, and if he did see her and left her there, he left her there for a reason. But now that I'm reviewing the inside of this house and how the design of that second floor is, and how he would have been walking from Kernodle's room to the sliding glass door, and where her room is positioned, I don't know if he would have seen her open her door if she only cracked it. Now, if she opened her door fully, yes, there's no way he could have missed her. But if she just cracked the door in the dark, I don't know if he would have seen her door cracked open, or if he saw her. So I'm interested in learning more about Dylan's statement, Dylan's affidavit, her true affidavit. There's only sections of her affidavit installed in this probable cause affidavit. So there's still a whole, probably several pages of her statement that is in the prosecution's folder right now that explain more on this assailant, whether he saw her, whether he didn't. Again, she is very lucky to be alive. I'm still highly upset with some information, but I'm willing to say I'd like to hear more before jumping to conclusions. However, if she went to sleep, it's hard because, I know she's young. I don't even know how I would have behaved in a situation like this in all reality, in all honesty. But the whole 8-hour window just has me stumped. I'm sure it has everybody in here stumped as to why it took so long. I'm curious to find out. I think what we're going to end up finding out, and this is a good testament as to why we should be, abstaining from the use of any kind of pharmaceuticals or narcotics. I have a funny feeling at the end of this, we're going to find out that she didn't want to get in trouble for something. And I think that something was maybe some substances or something that she was doing that wouldn't have been good. And maybe she just didn't want to believe what she was seeing because of her condition. There is that possibility. But again, I would like to wait until things come out a little further, but you guys know my stance when it comes to Dylan Mortensen and this whole 8-hour window. I'd really like to know why it took 8 hours to call. I think everybody would like to know, and I think we have a right to know why it took so long. And we're going to be asking those questions. And I just want to put, preface that with, I feel bad for Dylan. I really do. I'm thankful that she's alive and not another victim. I can't imagine how her family must feel holding her and thinking that, it wasn't her, how guilty that her family must feel, and Bethany's family for that matter, that they get their children. They get to see their children. And I'm sure that their children is going to need a lot of therapy moving forward until they learn how to deal with this horrible tragedy that should never have happened. But with that said, I'm thankful we have a witness. I'm thankful that she's alive, but I can't imagine their families, how they must feel. It must, I as a parent, and if I put myself in their shoes, I would feel so guilty for being thankful I have my child when 4 parents don't. And that is got to be very heartbreaking all the way around. So I just want to put that out there. She is very lucky. I'm very thankful for that. But again, I until I have more clarification on this phone, I might be livid by the time this is. I'll still be thankful no matter what comes out in the affidavits, and in this case, as we move forward through trial. I will. There's going to be some things that are going to upset me when we hear information come out. There's going to be things that upset you guys when information come out. This is what I would like for the audience to do: is abstain from going and directing any of your frustration and anger directly to the people that are causing it. I don't want you even on Bryan Kohberger's pages saying how horrible and despicable the man is, and how crazy and how much of a psychopath he is. I want you guys to vent on here. This is the safest place for you guys to vent on. And not only that, but if you make a mistake on here, you didn't hurt somebody unintentionally, right? So let's keep it on this chat. Let's keep it on the chats like Dolly Vision and stuff like that. That is really where those comments and statements and the conversation needs to be had. So I hope nobody is going on Dylan's page and harassing her anymore. She has gone through an awful lot. We are discussing this case. We're going to be discussing the behaviors of the people and the surviving victims. We're going to be discussing, their behaviors and things like that, going forward. And it's got to be a learning lesson. Everything that we have is exactly, Joe. DM is a witness. She should not be attacked. And we're not attacking her. When I bring up stuff on this channel, it's for this channel. It's not a personal attack to DM. I'm not going over on her page and attacking her or anything like that. And I don't want anybody else to either. This is for discussion. And I know that there's a lot of people that are in this chat that are really pissed off about this 8-hour time window. I am too. But, on the flip side is, I do want to get more information on it. And what we discuss on here is not an attack. This isn't a discussion group. This is a coffee club. This is where we come to discuss these things. And if people can't handle the discussion, they do not need to be here. Okay. So if you can't handle the discussions, and some of them do get intense, but we're going to be discussing them, and we're going to apply the same standard to all these cases. Okay. So if an 18-year-old is an adult in one case, an 18-year-old is an adult in another case. We apply the same standard for all these cases. I think it keeps it fair, and I think it keeps it balanced. And if people attack me for using the same standard in all cases, that says more about them than it does about the Bullhorn Betty channel. So, I don't want you guys, being frustrated when people say horrible things about me. It's been going on for for a long time, and I'm okay with it. I've got thick skin and I can handle it. And when it gets too intense for me, then I just sue the people. That's how I roll. So, there is that. And they know that that is true because I have sued multiple people from the YouTube channel, and I have been successful. Whether they want to admit it or not, I have been successful in every case that I have brought forward so far. This channel, let's see what we got here. Joe says, it will all come out in trial. How long is slow mode? LOL. I know, right? It's going to be trickling out like little drips. Drip, 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 drip. Right? We're not going to get it all. So, At Aunties, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And that is true. You know, you guys can have opposing viewpoints. You guys can say I'm wrong, but do it respectfully. Do it respectfully. Every now and again, you know, somebody is respectful, but I take it wrong and I get kind of a little attitude. And sometimes I just read things wrong. So for the audience, if you're not doing anything wrong and I get a little shitty attitude from me, it's not you, it's me, but it's because I never know if you are a troll, if you're gaslighting, if you're trying to subtly attack. So that's the reason why I get up in arms, because it just, you know, after a year, I'm going on 2 years here and I'm over it. You know what I'm saying? I'm over it. So I just, if you want to be respectful, and I do treat people the way they treat me. So if you have a really crappy comment, you're probably, or question, you're probably going to get a really crappy response. That's how I roll up in here. If you want to avoid that, just be polite. Just be polite. I always apologize if I'm in the wrong. So like even there was a gal, you know, we were butting heads yesterday. And while I don't believe I was in the wrong, because it was about the photo and I still stand behind it until proven otherwise. You know, she was at the end of it. I was just like, this is not good enough for me to pull this segment down. I mean, what was being presented, and she understood, but the thing was, is at first I thought she was a troll because of one of the people she brought up is from a hate channel. So I naturally thought she was a gaslighter and a troll. But, you know, she explained to me that, you know, she does like the channel. She just wants it to be truthful. And I'm like, well, that's what I built my channel on, is truth. And I would not post something on this channel or stand behind something on this channel unless I truly believed it was true. I don't fabricate things. I don't go into Photoshop and Photoshop shit. I barely even know how to use Photoshop. I can't even use Premiere. That's why I'm stuck on iMovie. I got Premiere on my computer. I've got all these things on my computer that I can't use. So this idea that I would ever fabricate something for this channel, no, actually would never, ever do that. And here's why, because if you need to fabricate something on your channel to get clicks and views, you probably shouldn't have a channel. That's just my theory on this. Okay. I'm sorry. People, you know, are for the clicks and views. They are to cater to the people that are conspiracy theorists and things of that nature. We're not that. We like facts here. We love facts on the Bullhorn Betty channel, but we do speculate and do theorize upon the basis of those facts that are presented to the public. Now, we know all facts aren't presented to the public, which sometimes comes with wild speculation, but still speculation based upon the facts nonetheless. And we try to weed through those on here. So you can imagine that when I make a position that something has been presented to me enough so much so that it presents to be truthful, I will post it. And no matter what I post on this channel, we're going to have the hate channels that are going to try to debunk it. But if you look at what they're debunking it with, it's with third-hand information, not first-hand information. Typically, the stuff I bring up comes from first to second-hand information, and it's vetted to confirm firsthand. I hope I didn't confuse you with that. I hope you're following me, but that's how it is. However, the debunkings come 3, 4, 5 persons away from the actual fact, and then they're trying to allege facts in that statement, but not putting the links, not putting the photos, not putting forth any evidence to support what their statements that are fourth and fifth hand away are making. So there's those problems that I have. If I ever post something on here that is absolutely incorrect, totally wrong, I was misled by somebody, I would come on here and say, guys, I want to tell you, I know I posted this stuff. It is not true. It has been debunked. I've done it before. I posted stuff on my page and worked on and debunked it my own self. Okay? So wouldn't he have had to pass DM's room first if he had to go past it on the way out? Yes, that is true. He would have entered that house and had to walk past her room, and he exited the house and had to walk past her room. No matter which way he went, whether he went out the kitchen door or he went out the front door, he would have had to pass her room because her room is literally adjacent to the hallway that he has to walk down to get out of the house. And all exits out of the house are on that second floor, either the front door or the sliding glass back door, or you'd have to climb out the windows. because those are the only two doors entering that house, unless he climbed up on the the top balcony and went in through the third floor sliding glass door, which I don't believe happened. And here's why. Because you'd have to climb a tree to get there. And there's really no trees that lean onto that balcony except right above that window that had the screen, or the presence of the screen missing, you know, the one with the grill, and then it had almost like that concrete block or something, the cinder block there, and it looked like it had another thing that like almost a step up into the window. Kind of weird. Has it been there forever? We don't know. But yeah, no matter how he would have entered that home, he would have had to go in and out that way if he did not climb a tree and make entry on that third floor. I don't believe he climbed the tree to make the entry on the third floor. I think the tree would have been rattling. I think it would have been very noisy. And I truly believe he either came in through that sliding glass door, or he broke into that one larger window that had the cinder block under it. Even though the screen laying next to it did not go to that window, it appeared to have gone to the window next to it. The middle window on that wall is where that screen came out from. But it does appear that he either made entry through that downstairs bedroom window, or that second floor bedroom window rather, or the sliding glass door. We do know during the investigation, when all the cameras were on that house, we watched law enforcement not really process the front of the house. All the efforts were on the back of the house. So with that being said, we knew that the assailant most likely went out the back of the house, because that's where the detectives were leading out to. If he went out the front of the house, guess what? The majority of the detectives would have been on the front side of that house as opposed to the back side of the house. So I really think a lot of the stuff came from that back side. But you were right, Rhonda. He would have had to go past her on the way in and on the way out, no matter how you look at this, no matter how you flip the coin. So thank you for that. He would have had to pass her room to get to Xana's room, and then pass her room to go up the stairs. Well, the way it is, let me see if I can find, give me just a second, and maybe we'll pop this up. Give me 2 shakes of a lamp. Let me turn the phones off. The phones aren't even ringing, but I don't want it to start ringing right when I'm in the middle of a conversation. Give me just a second. Let's see what I can find here. There it is. Oh, wow. You guys have been busy this morning. Thank you all. Susie Sue, thank you. Oh, let me find that one thing. I need to find it. It's way down here. There it is. So I wanted to show you guys this. Let's see. I'm gonna make this big so I can scroll over to it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and share the screen. Let me turn this back off to this. Okay, so here it is. So this bottom floor is not visible on the back side of the house. The way that this goes up right here, this right here, there's no windows on the bottom floor in the back. When you go to the back side of this house, you will see that the entry is actually on this second floor. The way this goes up, the way the backyard comes in, the only front area is this here. So first floor really is special for the front of the house. You can't access the first floor from the back side of the house without going through the kitchen and coming down the stairs. This is it right here. So we're going to go up the stairs. I'm not really going to focus too much on here. We're going to go up the stairs to the second floor so we can get a good idea of what is going on here. So here's the living room. Okay. Oops, let me turn this around. Sorry, guys. I'm going to give you guys some. Let me see if I can turn this around. I guess I can't do it that way. So let me just go up the bedroom. B. Okay, so we're back in the living room. Sorry, guys. Just give me a minute. I got to figure out how to work this thing. I'm on this computer. So here it is. So this is the stairs to go up to the 3rd floor. Okay, here is the living room. As you can see, the living room is kind of secluded. When you come up the stairs, you enter the living room. So when you come from the front door, you come in here and you enter the living room. So this is just the living room. You're not going to get to access to the rooms until you go into this little hallway here. So we're just going to go into this little hallway here. Now you see the kitchen on this side, and directly across the kitchen is the bedroom. This is Dylan Mortenson's bedroom right here. Okay, so you can see how she could have cracked her door as he's walking, and they would have been none the wiser of possibly seeing her. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to get this turned around. It's not going to turn it around this way. So let me see if I turn it around this way. But if you go out, excuse me, let me turn this out this way, back to the living room. And you go down this hallway. Now you're entering Xana's room. If it'll pop up. It's not popping up. Oh, it is. So there's Xana's room. It's not, these rooms are not very big rooms. All right. So that's how, if you guys can see that, I don't know, if you guys can see that, but this whole Dylan Mortenson thing, in all reality is, this is the hallway again. So we got to go back out here. So you've got to go back out here, and then you got to turn to go to the kitchen. And so you see the differences. So Xana's room's back here, the kitchen and Dylan's room's right here. So as he's walking out, she could have opened this door and watched him walk right past her and into the kitchen. So this is her room. So you see, it's possible he did not even see her in there because let's look at this. Let's get right here. Oh, I love this. Whoever did this did a great job. Let's see if I can back out. So here's Dylan's room. Dylan Mortenson's. Get back to the door so I can put this out so we can see from the door what she's looking at. Wish the door was open. Let's see. And it's closed. So in this particular thing, it's closed unless we enter the kitchen, and then it opens up. So this is why you can see how it's possible that the assailant walked right past her without even knowing. But the angle of her door, even if she was standing here with it cracked, could he have seen her eyes? Would he have been paying attention? I don't know, but you can see that the close proximity to the sliding glass door here, where his direction of travel was. So again, that's just just a little bit of information that hopefully can help you understand this makeup a little bit. But again, could he have seen her? Yes, it's possible he could have seen her. But it's also possible that he didn't see her at all. Joe says yes, he knew. He must. Sorry, it's so small in here. He must have been in the home before, and the male that was killed. You hear him yell Xana on the Ring doorbell. He then killed him. I have to assume, yeah, because that the last scream for Xana sounded like that was his last scream, and it was very heartbreaking and sad. And while I don't know with specificity if that Ring doorbell is legit, I am hearing that it is. And so far, there's a message going around that says that, oh, this is from somebody that was just trying to show this, but they don't attach the screenshot of that message, and they don't attach a link to prove that person actually did in fact be the one that dropped this video. So those things I'm still waiting for. If you guys get to those, please send that to me if you find that, because again, I want to be factual. So if we find out that this is definitely somebody did this for gaslighting purposes, trolling purposes, I'll let you know. But so far, what everybody's been showing me has not debunked any of this yet that I've produced on this channel. It has not debunked the photo. I know there's one lady that's still the one that I was talking about. I just looked in my emails because I was pulling up the interior mock-up of this case. So I did see she wrote back again and is still debating the factuality of this photo. But nobody has been able to produce one photo of Amanda at that courtroom, but they can produce photos for everybody else that was there. I have a problem with that. So I'm still waiting for that. We heard that Creme 2 made a statement on their news. I still haven't seen the link for that yet either, that stated that this was an investigator and not his sister. Nobody's produced that for me, even though I have requested that to be sent to me at bullhornbetty@gmail.com. Nobody has been able to find that clip that is being stated as debunking this photo. Not one person has been able to produce that link for me. So if you find that link, please send that over to me, because if this in fact is factually incorrect, we want to know about it. But I've got boots on the ground there. My boots are saying that was his sister. I trust the people that I work with. People do make mistakes, so there is a possibility that they're duped. But in this particular case, the confidence of it is what is making me stand so strongly behind that photo. And so I will let you know that from where I stand right now, I'm not willing to remove that photo. I'm not willing to remove that video because so far, outside of the hate channel saying it's debunked, I have not seen one thing that can conclusively prove that either one are not accurate, truthful, or correct. So if you guys can find something, please send it to me. My mods, I know you guys have been looking into this as well. So I'm interested. And if people want to debunk me, I'm happy to see it. And I'm a truthful person. So please send me the stuff. But what I have seen so far has not convinced me that these things have been debunked. Also, I think he attacked at E when Xana went to get the Doordash. I also think he also moved the dog prior to Maddie's room, and that's why the dog started barking. I believe so. I think he did, and I wish they would have, if Murphy had a dog collar or, something around his neck, I hope they did take that off to process it, to make sure there was no DNA. That you're right, because most people, what's the first thing they do? They grab under the collar and lead the dog where they need to go. So there could be some DNA evidence on that dog's collar that they can use to put that assailant there. And I hope that they did that. Some people don't think like that. And, they take them out in the same collar that they were on with this attack, but this outfit does appear to be, really good. So hopefully they took all those additional steps and thought about things of that nature and processed that. And hopefully we find out some more information on how the dog got into Kaylee's room and how Kaylee got into Maddie's room. I'm very curious. I'm sure many of you are. C12 says at Bullhorn Betty, this lady says she has a picture of the sister. Hopefully, let's go over and check the emails. bullhornbetty@gmail.com. I will be waiting for the picture. That is not a picture. It could imply, but definitely not a picture. So here, let me go ahead and pull this up so you guys can see what has been proffered as evidence that she was there at the courthouse. And I got to say, seeing Mom's face, guys, this is a trigger warning because this is kind of gross, but she looks like what we would think Bryan would look like going into that house. I ain't lying. Let me go ahead and put this up on a So this is who they're saying is the second sister there. It could be the eyes, could be the sister, but look at mom. Look at mom. That's scary. So this is what they're saying is proof. Maybe she was there, maybe she wasn't. I haven't seen, this is the most of the picture I've seen, and you can't tell whether this is a cousin, whether this is a sister, who this is. This is the only photo that has been presented to this channel to try to counter the photo of the sister being there. Now here is this, let me go, I'll pull this back. So again, that's what's being proved. Now I have to be honest with you. The hair could potentially be, it looks a little darker than what we know to be a photo of the sister prior to. The sister had a lot of much more lighter blonde highlights in her hair. But again, this is probably the closest piece of evidence to debunk that photo that we've gotten so far. And it still doesn't even show her face, which I find awfully odd. Everybody else's face is shown, but the second sister that is supposed to be Amanda. The first thing I noticed when BAB, what are we talking about here? Bullhorn, this lady says she has a picture of the sister. Well, you guys got to see it. All you see is eyes. You don't, it doesn't, like, even Melissa, you see her face. And we get one face of mama looking like like I'm telling you, this whole photo with the mom, sorry, but it's a little creepy for me. I don't know about you guys, but this is pretty creepy for me. Seeing mom like this. Let me just pull this back up here so you guys can see it. That's mom. All in black. You can't even see her face. She's got a black mask covering her nose and mouth. I'm sorry. That creeps me out. Call me wrong, but that creeps me out. Trains of them not wanting to bring attention to the mom while bringing so much attention to the mom. Yeah, their eyes are even so dark, just pure evil. That whole family, I swear, have to be demonized. And it makes me wonder. It does make me wonder. Yeah, that's Bryan's mom. I didn't know she was like that. I only saw, like, the photos I saw only showed the back of her. That was it. Yeah. And the 2001 called 2 days back. Yeah, we saw that. And even the director of that movie made a comment. I can't remember. I think it was to TMZ, if I'm not mistaken, about this. So, but you know what the eyes do? It's the hair. It looks a little darker. This could potentially be Amanda. It also could be somebody else because we can't see her face. It's not like a clear shot of Melissa. We can see Melissa's face very clear. We can take a picture even with her mask on and know that that's Melissa. This other person, like even mom, you can't even make out whether that's really the mom or not, right? It's implied that it's the mom, but you don't even know if it's the mom. The only people that know if it's the mom is when she went into court and removed that mask, if she did that. Deborah, in my opinion, it looks like the back of the head of a witch. I know, sorry, but very scary. I know. This is, this particular photo that was sent to me to dispute my photo, it's crazy because I wasn't expecting to see the mom like that. I'm sorry. It just took me back. That almost breathless sigh. That's what it was going. She's just hiding from the media. I don't blame her. I don't blame her either. If that's her. Like I said, I've got people that are saying that this is her on the ground. This is not an investigator, but I'll pull the records and we will confirm that 100% one way or the other. It definitely seems like what does one person say? This is always Songo. It definitely seems like he's been in the house before. There's no way he'd know exactly how to move around inside the house and exactly where each room was. I have to agree with that. But what we do know is that, he was stalking them. We know he went by that house 12 times. Did he go inside one of those 12 times when he knew nobody was there? Did he, I mean, I'd have to think that he had to go up to that house to find out how he was going to break into the house. You can't find those things. What does it say? Hold on here. Are you really judging people for being in black clothing? Sounds like your channel is becoming... You know what? Well, here, this is what I'll do for you and my channel. We're going to go ahead and hide you from this channel because clearly you don't appreciate it, buddy. So 237, take a hike. Peace. Go to your hate channels. And you get to know that Bullhorn Betty is the one that blocked you from this channel. I don't ever block people from this channel. I tell you all the time, all you have to do is be respectful. And still, even you as an adult can't do that. Can't even do that. You're a flippin' adult. You teach your children this shit, and you can't even follow instruction well. Congratulations. Maybe that's why you're not doing well in work. It's not okay if she's at the crime scene when the defense teams inserts the family members and going over the crime scene. If this is true, it should not be allowed. I agree with that. You know, there are some things, but don't think this idea that they can't do it, that it's somehow illegal. It's not illegal. If Bryan Kohberger wanted to go back inside that house, he could petition the court to do just that. So this idea that they can't do that somehow or whatever, that's not true. Once the crime scene is released, it's released. The crime scene is under seal. You know, they still have people sitting on the house right now, but it's because they released the crime scene and a court order prevented them from doing so. So they have to keep that house under lock and key yet again, you know, until the defense has an opportunity to preview. Like he's entitled to a proper defense, folks. He's entitled to them going through that house and looking at every piece of evidence that's going to be used against him. He is entitled to that under the laws of the United States in a criminal case. He is entitled to that. So this idea that he or his family or a representative of he could not go into that house is ludicrous. He can. At the first, I only seen 3 people in a photo, so I was highly offended. When I looked at several other photos, I wasn't so bad because it looked like not only did they have people from the defense office, but it looked like they had people from the prosecution office. And that absolutely is important because if you're going to have somebody go through the crime scene, you want both parties there to make sure somebody's not doing something underhanded. So when I saw that, I realized that this must have been agreed to by the court. Now, the problem is if they're trying to say that the day that they did this was the same day that he was in court. I don't know whether that is true or they used photos from earlier or later in the article that was released. I don't know that because, as you know, I am releasing stuff that I took a month ago related to this case. So the stuff that I'm pushing out didn't just happen. It happened a month ago. So that's the problem with, you know, social. When did these photos take place? We know when they were uploaded. We know when they were released to the public. We know when they did their report or article. We know the date of that, but we don't know the date of when these photos were taken or on which day they were taken. We assume that they were taken on the same day, but we don't know that with specificity, not unless they, had a timestamp on that photo. That's the only way we would know. And even those timestamps can be manipulated, but with Fox News and things like that, they would not be doing that. People need to take their own personal feelings out of it. Just because you don't think it's right doesn't make it illegal. Thank you. Cup of coffee. Nice to see you in here. Jack in the Box opens at 4:10. So how did we already covered that. You know, I'm not going to be splitting hairs over what time she received food. It's in the matter of the record as fact. So, unfortunately, whether I've never heard of some place opening at 4:10. Usually they open at half hour marks. So 4:30, but 90% to 95% of all businesses open on the hour. So if they would open on 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They wouldn't be opening at 4:10 in the morning. I could be wrong, but we have it as of record that around 4 a.m. around 4 a.m. That means it wasn't specific on the nose at 4 a.m. It said approximately. And just so everybody understands the definition of approximately, and the reason why I do this is not to make you guys feel stupid. It's because we do need to know what the definition means. And the reason why we need to know what the definition means is because all these words that are used in these affidavits are used in on purpose, and they are used because of their legal definition. So approximately is used to show that something is almost, but not completely accurate or exact. It's a rough estimate, roughly. A journey of approximately 2 hours. Could it have been 2 hours and 30 minutes? Could it have been 1.5 hours? Yes, because it's approximately 2 hours. So I just wanted to clarify that with you, just for your knowledge that, you know, it's not specific to the time. So commotion on camera 417, no way. William, you are arguing what is in the affidavit. You're not arguing with Bullhorn Betty. I just want to make sure that you understand that. You are arguing about the facts stated in the affidavit. You are arguing with what law enforcement is stating happened because you don't think it happened. I'm sorry, William, respectfully. We're going to stick to the facts that are alleged in the affidavit as opposed to whether Jack in the Box opened at 4 o'clock or 4:10. I really don't care. This is what the investigators found to be true. And this is what is the probable cause affidavit to have Bryan Kohberger arrested. This is not something Bullhorn Betty or the Bullhorn Betty channel made up and is throwing out there. This is what is stated in the affidavit. So I'm not going to argue with people with the facts of this case. The facts of this case not only have been presented to the court of law, they have been attested to under penalty of perjury by a well-decorated officer or detective, Brett Payne. So again, William, I respectfully appreciate your perspective, but I'm not going to argue with you over what is factual and what is not factual. Law enforcement is who we're going to listen to related to the facts, and that is what is in the affidavit. The movie called 2 Days Back. It's a really cheesy movie. Get on, Miss Betty. It's low budget movie. It's a low budget movie, but I forgot what it's called. Did you talk about the search warrant release terms and how weird their excuses are? I have not, Meg. If you want to send me some articles on it, I'll preview it, and we'll have a discussion later today. Well, guys, we've been on here for about 2.5 hours. It was a great time. We have a lot of stuff to worry, to clear. Okay. There was a photo presented that appears to be Amanda, or who this person believes is Amanda, with the mom and the other sister at the hearing. It's just a photo. It gives me no photo. It does appear like it's in front of the courthouse, in part by these people are wearing the same clothes that they were wearing to enter the courtroom. But mom being in full black, head to toe jacket with hoodie and black mask, it freaked me out. This must be what Bryan Kohberger must have looked like going into that home. And she's scaring me. I can't imagine how scary he looked with a big old long knife in his hand. Some people need to go read the affidavit for themselves so that they are more informed. Absolutely. Linda Dunn, I found it on Google. You can type it on YouTube also. You got a Daily Mail and see Sisters front and center. Genevieve, let's see. Front and center. From the Turtle family. Melissa Kohberger. There's a lot of stuff on here. What is this thread? It's a Twitter thread. So they give her, what is that, a LinkedIn profile photo? She, her, hers. Licensed associated counselor. That doesn't, oh, that's Melissa. Okay, never mind. I was going to say, that doesn't look like Amanda. That was Melissa when she had darker hair. Okay. I got it. Hold on, let me see what else we find in here. Husband. So I haven't seen. All right. So yeah, there was a picture of, it looked like a LinkedIn app for a profile for Melissa. It was clearly Melissa, but when I looked at it, because she had darker hair, I thought they were trying to say that that was Amanda. And even though it said Melissa Kohberger under, and I read Melissa Kohberger under there, I was like, because I was reading in here and everybody's trying to dispute Amanda's stuff. So I at first I'm like, wait a minute, this is not Amanda. And then I looked and it dawned on me, I'm like, oh, okay, this is Melissa. She had a darker hair and she bleached it blonde. I don't know when, but in that photo is much different. So, you know, maybe we're also mistaken. This is another possibility, guys. Let me pull this up so you guys can see this. Make sure I don't have any identifying information here. I do not. So this is Melissa. And you know what? Everybody's taking that blonde as saying that that blonde is Melissa. What if the other girl standing on the other side of her was actually Melissa and the blonde was somebody else from the family? It could be. I don't know. Thought I saw a better photo of Melissa and it without the mask, and it does show she was a blonde hair person. But again, I don't know. I need to look into that a little bit more. But again, we do have a photo that shows what appears to be Melissa or Amanda there. We need, if the girl on the other side is actually Melissa, then we need to find out who the blonde is, because the blonde is definitely not Amanda. So I'm just curious about that, but we do need some clarifications, because as you guys can see, let me go ahead and pull this up and make this a big page. You guys will see that this could resemble the girl on the other side that didn't have their photo taken. So there she is. This could have been, you know, you take this off, that could have been the girl on the other side. So is it who's the blonde? So we just need to clarify that. But I think this girl here is the one that's with the bleach blonde hair and platinum stuff. So we'll go ahead and don't want to dox anybody there. Yeah, there we go. And I think that's it. Found the original audio. She's found the original audio. Is this the original audio? I don't know, but I'll have to watch that. I'm not going to watch that on here. But Carly Main is working very hard to debunk some of the stuff. And she's not doing it out of hate for my conversation with her. She just wants it all to be factually correct. So I told her if she sent me the stuff, I would look at it and entertain it and get back to you guys with my findings, because at the end of the day, what she was providing me yesterday was not enough for me to pull the videos or make a statement denouncing or debunking the photo and or the audio. So I will be reviewing that and getting back to you guys one way or the other, because I got no dog in this fight. You know, I could talk about myself. I could talk about my house. Hell, I could talk about my divorce on this channel and get just as many views as I do covering these cases if I so chose. You know, at the end of the day, that is how it works, right? We talked about my mother and we talked about, you know, dogs today. We still maintain the same amount of people that we usually maintain in this morning in the chat in the morning. So I don't have any need to fabricate or produce information that isn't relevant or is not truthful. So if you guys think something isn't truthful, don't just tell me. I got to see it for myself, because once it goes up on my channel, you got to fight with me to get it down, because I put some work behind this to try to validate some stuff. And there's too many people that attack me on every single thing I say on here. Unless you can prove it to me beyond a reasonable doubt, it will not come down. It will never come down. That's how I roll, right? That's how I roll, because we know no matter what I do on here, there's a few people, a handful of people that I can count on my hands and toes out of billions of people that just like to debunk Bullhorn Betty, because they can't be me. They are so jealous of my success, so jealous of where I'm at, and they just can't figure it out. How can people? Well, it's because we do our job. We do our job. So are we perfect? Of course not. But I'm interested in looking over all this stuff, and I'm interested in seeing if it really does debunk this, or if this is stuff that people are just putting out there to debunk it. We'll find out. We will find out. And what I found absolutely 100% real. Please watch Dr. Thrifty's video debunking 112 house as really 1111. We just love you. Thank you, 8LW. Nice to see you. Why can't someone just send me a link? It's because they're jealous of Betty. Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, that's why I'm so hard when people try to say, oh, this is debunked and that's debunked. Well, if you go to every hate channel, no matter what I said, even if I ran into a burning building and saved a baby, these same channels would convince their audience that I started the fire. You see what I'm saying? So we can't give them, they're untrustworthy. And many of them are violent felons with a lot of drug problems. I'm sorry, I don't hang out with felons with drug problems. I don't associate myself with felons with drug problems. You guys may want to. I just refuse to. So the SOP squad can keep crying and Bullhorn Betty will keep thriving. So with that, guys, I wish you guys all the best today. Don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. In this case, it might have saved a life. So with that, good.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.